A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. It's a wonderful Wednesday morning. A lot happening, and we'll do our best to bring you up to speed with all that's going on in the news. All right. Now, there's an impasse between the National Identification Authority and the Ghana Revenue Authority. But guess what? It is importers and exporters who are bearing the brunt of this standoff, if you like, between the NIA and the GRA. The NIA insists that the GRA owes them about 300 million cedis in debt. And so they have taken them off their IVS system, the identity verification system. Now, if you do so, then importers who are, of course, we're all in this country where we've been clamoring for a national identification system that will link your Ghana card, your SNIT, your TIN, and what have you. And so if all these are being linked and we need same ID or same identification number to transact business, and because of a standoff between the two authorities, that's the Revenue Authority on one end, where we're supposed to pay our taxes, our import duties and others, and the National Identification Authority that has the identity verification system as its own and runs it or lends same to the GRA to transact its business, then I don't know where we are going. What happened to interagency collaboration? What happened to interministerial or interagency collaboration? How is it that the two are unable to engage at the top to come to a decision where it will not be to the detriment of the importers and exporters? Because when you go to the ports, as of yesterday, there was so much confusion at the ports. Importers and exporters were unable to transact business because the system had been, the GRA had been taken off the IVS, that's the verification system, and so their ID numbers or their TINs were not being verified, and so payments couldn't be made. Now, imagine the loss that will be incurred. Listen, if the container is going to stay an extra day because of this system, you're going to pay ground charges, that's rent charges to the GPHA. You're going to pay demurrage for the container to the shipping line. And if the goods are being waited upon by a customer, when you delay and the customer finds an alternative, you are at a loss. And so we shouldn't be toying with issues as critical as this. We'd like to entreat the ministers for finance, the ministers for the interior to intervene in this matter. Let's bring some finality to this impasse or standoff between the NIA and the GRA so that importers do not continue to bear the brunt. Already, we have the duties itself is a headache on the importer. So if they manage to get the money to go pay the duty or the taxes, and they are unable to pay because of a standoff between two regulatory bodies, then that's very problematic. It's quite worrying if you ask me, because, like I said, when there's an extra rent or ground rent by GPHA, who's going to pay for it? If there's extra demurrage by the shipping line, who is going to pay for it? So please, we need to expedite and deal with this issue between the GRA and the NIA, and let's bring some sanity to the ports, because, I mean, we both know the amount of revenue generated at the ports on a daily. Peace, shalom. Let's get into the newspapers. Daily Graphic is here, and it's also strong on the economy this morning. The front page says, high lending rates era over. High lending rates era over. Governor to financial institutions. That's the BOG governor, Dr. Johnson Pandit Isiama, speaking there. Then you have government inaugurates IMC to revive Commander Sugar Factory. That's some good news. We'll look at it tomorrow. Government inaugurates IMC, that's Interim Management Committee, to revive Commander Sugar Factory. 6 schools reach graphic business TBSC semis. And then you have 100 million CD released to Students Loan Trust, historic. That's according to the National Union of Ghana Students, NUGS. Quite important. 100 million CDs released to Students Loan Trust, historic. That's according to NUGS. When you jump to the back page, you have CRS, Church of Jesus Christ, renovate 29 health facilities in North. CRS, that's the Catholic Relief Services, and the Church of Jesus Christ renovate 29 health facilities in North. Then you have the GWL cracks down on illegal water activities nationwide. That's the Ghana Water Limited cracks down on illegal water activities nationwide. So that's it for the Daily Graphic this morning. Let's get into the Ghanaian Times. Africa Health Sovereignty Summit. Let's redesign health system. That's President John Dramani Mahama speaking there. He was speaking at the Africa Health Sovereignty Summit, which was held here in Accra. And he says, let's redesign health system. Alhaji Salifu Abdul Rahman appointed the Ghanaian Times editor. Congratulations to him. Alhaji Salifu Abdul Rahman appointed the Ghanaian Times editor. Then you have Trade Minister inaugurates IMC to revive Commander Sugar Factory. That's the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Back page, you have Farm Access HFG sign Safe Care License Agreement. Farm Access HFG signed Safe Care License Agreement. And then you have Foreign Affairs launches Made in Ghana Bazaar. Foreign Affairs launches Made in Ghana Bazaar. So that's the Ghanaian Times newspaper this morning. Let me take you to the Chronicle. Chronicle says, Thomas Partey in the Lion's Den gets bail after being charged with rape and sexual assault. Thomas Partey in the Lion's Den gets bail after being charged with rape and sexual assault. Ghana to become digital trade hub of Africa, NITA declares. Ghana to become digital trade hub of Africa, NITA declares. Then you have minority rejects new producer price of cocoa. Minority rejects new producer price of cocoa. Government signs MOU with Foreign Link to develop platform for agric financing. Jump to the back page, and okay, so that's the Thomas Partey story carried on the back page of the Chronicle. And then we'll bring you the scripture for the day. It's taken from the book of Psalms, the chapter number 23, the verse number 4. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Now you can do a literal interpretation of this scripture and then, say that it's to support or to motivate and inspire Thomas Partey with whatever is going on. But it's okay. Enough with the literal interpretations this morning. It's too early. That's the Chronicle newspaper. Let's look at the Daily Guide. Daily Guide says, NIA blocks GRA over 378 million CD debt. Importers stranded. So that's the story I was alluding to earlier. This shouldn't be happening. So we need wisdom, Kweku Deku, and Anthony Kwesi Sapon to sit Jojo and bring finality to this matter as soon as possible. It's not even fair to the importer who wants to transact their business genuinely to go through such stress. We need that interagency collaboration to help address this matter. Now, on the matter of the MPP's flag bearer race, you have two aspirants pick forms. Two aspirants pick form. These two will be Kennedy Ohene Japan and Kwabena Ejay Japan. So the two Japans, one with an A in their Japan, one with an E in their Japan, they have picked forms to contest the NPP's flag bearer race. Yesterday, we had the Member of Parliament for Temas Central, Charles Forson, on the Channel 1 newsroom. He is a member of the Kennedy Japan campaign team, and he believed that without any institutional support, Kennedy was able to attain some 38% in the party's primaries in 2023. And so this time around that there's nothing like institutional support for any of the candidates. He believes that it's a done deal for Kennedy Japan because he's a grassroots person. And according to Charles Forson, the NDC views Kennedy Japan as their biggest threat going into the 2028 elections. Well, that's from the camp of Kennedy Japan, but the story is that two aspirants have picked forms. That's Kennedy Ohene Japan and Kwabena Ejay Japan. Transport fares go up by 20%. Transport fares go up by 20%. The Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council has announced a 20% fare increment by Friday, August 8th. It is expected to be effective Friday, August 8th. We've heard from COPEC, that's the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, threatening to sue or take legal action against the GRTCC if it should go ahead and implement the 20% fare hike. We'll be looking into this matter as well to bring you some perspectives on it. But let's bring you some other stories on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Government Foreign Link sign agric financing deal. You have Dr. Otukono and Foreign Link official exchanging contract documents on the front page of the Daily Guide. Then you have minority slums, Sakawa in quote, cocoa price. So you have minority slums, Sakawa cocoa price. That's the front page of the Daily Guide. Yesterday, our deputy ranking member on the Agri Committee of Parliament and a member of Parliament as well for, I think it's Offenso South, Dr. Isaac Yaopoku, addressed the press regarding this same matter. They think that it is unacceptable, the new producer price for cocoa, and it should be reversed or revised upwards. So we'll see if the government will respond to same or not. But let's bring you the News Center newspaper. News Center says, MOBA celebrates Chachu Chikata's Golden Jubilee at the bar. MOBA celebrates Chachu Chikata's Golden Jubilee at the bar. Don't abandon Accra Kumasi Road project. That's Francis Asenso Boache, former roads minister, speaking there. He has penned down a letter to the president expressing some concerns with the decision to construct a new Accra Kumasi Expressway, as was announced by the roads minister Kwame Gavin Agboja. And he thinks that the ongoing project has seen some progress and so should be continued or expedited instead of constructing or beginning a new Accra Kumasi Expressway. Well, we'll see if there'll be a response from the presidency or even the roads ministry regarding this matter. If there is, we'll make sure to bring it to you. Now, you have the Future of Events has a new address, and that's the Accra City Hotel. The Future of Events has a new address, Accra City Hotel. Coca backs NPP reforms, predicts party comeback in 2028. Coca backs NPP reforms and predicts party comeback in 2028. Tap, send, smile. With just a few clicks, MTN Momo turns complex banking into simple moments of financial ease. Tap, send, smile. With just a few clicks, MTN Momo turns complex banking into simple moments of financial ease. That's the News Center. That story is carried on the back page, so go grab a copy and you get the details there. Now, let me bring you the Herald newspaper. The Herald says, law schools legal ethics lecturers under fire. Law schools legal ethics lecturers under fire over undervalued properties and alleged forged wills. Benin's industrial hub partners buy into Mahama's 24-hour economy agenda. Benin's industrial hub partners buy into Mahama's 24-hour economy agenda. Abosso Bompieso chiefs warn politicians to stay off their lands as Galamsey raids intensify. Abosso Bompieso chiefs warn politicians to stay off their lands as Galamsey raids intensify. Then you have $4.7 million crime trail leads Iyoko FBI to Shatawale's home. His 2019 Lamborghini Urus seized. Interesting times ahead. I wanted to speak to this matter earlier, but we'll find time and do it because I'm wondering if the law allows the way and manner this operation was carried out and if some people are to be treated differently from others. But we'll leave that matter for another day. $4.7 million crime trail leads Iyoko and FBI to Shatawale's home. His 2019 Lamborghini Urus seized. Then there's a sad one that's hit all of us here at Channel 1 TV, as well as 97.3 City FM. Our colleague, our brother, our friend, Umaru Sanda Amadu, has lost his dad. And it's carried on the front page of the Herald newspaper. Our condolences to his family. We wish them strength in these difficult times. And we'll be there to support the family through it all. All right, let's bring you the Inquisitor newspaper now. Alleged interference in OSP's work. Menchia disowns Adomochiri. Alleged interference in OSP's work. Menchia disowns Adomochiri. No syndication loan for 2025-2026 cocoa season. That's according to Cocoa Board. Comes with a picture of the CEO, Dr. Randy Abbey. No syndication loan for 2025-2026 cocoa season. Attacks on staff at Tamale. VRA boss shows leadership. Attacks on staff at Tamale. VRA boss shows leadership. McDan is the most influential entrepreneur. McDan is the most influential entrepreneur. That's the Inquisitor newspaper. Let's see the Informer. Informer says, third term agenda foolish. Pratt warns proponents. Third term agenda foolish. Pratt warns proponents. Ghana card acquisition. NIA warns Ghanaians against aiding foreigners. Ghana card acquisition. NIA warns Ghanaians against aiding foreigners. OSP arrest. Menshia abandons Adom Ochery. Then you have minority slums government over cocoa price deceit, and NITA rally support for ICT week celebration. That's the Informer newspaper. I jump to the Custodian. BOG injects over $2 billion to stabilize CD upon Nkrumah raises concerns. BOG injects over $2 billion to stabilize CD upon Nkrumah raises concerns. Coca decries NDC government's animosity towards Ashanti region. Coca decries NDC government's animosity towards Ashanti region. 128.75 CD cocoa price increase is Sakawa. Minority slams NDC for deceiving Ghanaians. ShopRite to exit Ghana. And then you have Mahama's new Accra Kumasi Expressway is ill-advised. Again, Francis Asenso-Boachi speaking there. The new publisher, party in court, gets bail. Accused of raping first woman twice, second woman thrice, sexually assaulting third woman once. Party in court gets bail. Accused of raping first woman twice, second woman thrice, sexually assaulting third woman once. GPRTU rejects 20% transport fare increase. And then you have 2026 MPP flag bearer race. Ken Japan picks form. So that's it for the newspapers. I'll take you online real quick. And Channel 1 News Online says Ken Japan is NDC's greatest fear ahead of 2028 polls. That's the Tema Central MP, Charles Forson, speaking there. He spoke on the Channel 1 newsroom here on Channel 1 TV last night. IVS disconnection. GRA illegally shared our data with other institutions. That's an allegation or accusation by the National Identification Authority, NIA. Then you have importers and exporters demand government intervention in NIA GRA standoff to avert chaos. Okay? 20% transport fare hike is recipe for chaos, COPEC warns. NDC's Bernard Bediako Beidu launches campaign ahead of Akwitia by-election. So the lawyer who beat his client in the primaries has launched his campaign. September 2nd will be interesting. Ken Japan picks nomination forms for MPP's 2026 presidential primaries. Ken Japan picks nomination forms for NPP's 2026 presidential primaries. No justification for 20% fare hike, COPEC to GRTCC. Mahama unveils presidential task force and sustain initiative to power Africa's health sovereignty. Now, when you go to the Ashanti region, 3 burnt to death in motorbike collision at Manson Watreso. Minority demands full disclosure on cocoa board revenue after new cocoa price. Africa's health sovereignty hinges on public financing. That's the WHO boss. ShopRite to exit Ghana after 2 decades of operations. And you have Africa must take full ownership of its health systems. That's Kwabena Minta Akando, Ghana's Minister for Health. Let me take you to the City Newsroom. CityNewsroom.com also has Charles Forson here. And on the matter of Ramsar demolitions, re-engineer the area, don't demolish homes. Tema Central MP tells government. Re-engineer the area, don't demolish homes. Tema Central MP tells government. Then you have CD surge, triggers 50% dip in remittances. That's according to the BOG governor. Government to review mining lease extensions. That's Lands Minister Emmanuel Amakofibua speaking there. 52 million CDs available for Apiate third phase redevelopment. Again, Amakofibua, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, speaking there. WASI 2025, a pack warns staff against aiding exam malpractice. WASI 2025, a pack warns staff against aiding exam malpractice. That's Clement Apak, Deputy Education Minister. NIA disconnects GRA from verification platform over unpaid 376 million cedis. And again, NIA, GRA feud needless and unhealthy. Importers and exporters are lamenting. That's Samson Asaki Awingobit, Executive Secretary of the Importers and Exporters Association. Iyoko seizes Lamborghini from Shatawale in joint operation with FBI. Iyoko seizes Lamborghini from Shatawale in joint operation with FBI. Then you have new Fair Wages and Salaries Commission Board inaugurated to champion fairness in public sector pay. You have COPEC threatens legal action against or over 20% transport fare hike directive. And Daddy Lumba's 1 week observance scheduled for August 30. Daddy Lumba's 1 week observance scheduled for August 30. So go to thecitynewsroom.com. You can get the details there. Go to Channel One News Online. You can get the details there as well. But you can download the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store and keep it on your person whenever you need to get updated or to refresh yourself with the news. You'll have the Channel One News app right there in your pockets on your phone. So quite easy to navigate, the very user-friendly interface as well. Now, the literacy challenge is heading into phase 2 this Saturday at the British Council here in Accra, where our top 50 contestants from across the country will be sitting for a written aptitude test. Okay, so that's phase 2 of the literacy challenge. It's an aptitude test that will be written at the British Council here in Accra at 12 noon on Saturday, the 9th of August 2025. All top 50 contestants, if you heard your name when we made the big announcement on Monday here on Breakfast Daily as well as on the CBS, that's the City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM, you will be writing an aptitude test this Saturday, 9th August at the British Council Accra at 12 noon. Please be sure to show up on time. Okay, show up early so you're able to participate in the aptitude test safely and soundly. Now, from September 6th to September 7th, we're assembling all Ghanaian startups, all local SMEs, all homegrown businesses, all innovations and indigenous corporate bodies at the Efua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra for the This Is Ghana exhibition. All right? So it's any and everything Ghanaian will be available at the This Is Ghana exhibition. Call 0205-973-973 to register for participation now. 0205-973-973. Register and be part of the This Is Ghana exhibition. And please follow up with payments when you call to register, because a reservation is not a guarantee for a slot. You're only securing a slot after you make payments. So please call the number 0205-973-973. And of course, when you do register, follow up with your payments and be part of the This Is Ghana exhibition happening on the 6th and 7th of September at the Efua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the news review segment.
Congratulations to all top 50 contestants of the Literacy Challenge 2025 Level 2. Level 2 Aptitude Test. The top 50 contestants shall take part in a written aptitude test on Saturday, 9th August 2025 at 12 noon at the British Council, Accra. Stay tuned to City FM and Channel One TV to find out which of these 50 contestants make it as the the top 10 finalists for the Literacy Challenge 2025 to compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy in a classic quiz competition. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by City FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and sponsored by Bell Moo and GB Assessment.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For enquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle.
On the Upside Down Show this week, we present to you the bold, vibrant, and brilliant Anita S. King. Expect nothing short of real talk, raw truths, and revelations. We always need that one opportunity to sprout, and she, like any other, isn't an exception. Ghana made me, she said.
My career started here.
Here in Ghana.
Right. Ghana is my foundation, 150%.
Great.
Home is what built me.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Ghana is what built me. If you see Anita and who Anita is today, it's because Ghana built me. Yeah, 100%.
To the land.
You know?
Right.
So love you, Canada, but Ghana built me.
And even though she's perceived as a superwoman, she's had to make tough decisions at some point.
I had to take 2 steps back away from my career. And also, and this is what I share with a lot of my friends and my colleagues now, is a wonderful appreciation that in different phases of your life, you are a particular person.
Right.
You don't have to be the same person you were before that.
Exactly.
You have nobody to please.
So set your reminder and join us at 7 p.m. this Sunday, only on Channel 1 TV.
Thank you for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. I am Nanatufo Boateng. It's time now for the news review segment, and we're going into the issues right on. The producer price for cocoa and the increase announced by the government seems to have ruffled a number of feathers, and so we'll be looking at it again today on the show. The minority is unhappy with the upward review. They think that it could go up further. They're making some demands of the government, which they believe will alleviate the plight of cocoa farmers in the country. They're also asking for a total disclosure or full disclosure on cocoa revenue following this upward review. Let me say good morning to Engineer Koside Day is here with us. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. It's good to have you. And let's get straight into it. I mean, we've seen the producer price go up, but if you do the matrix regarding the economy and where the CD is now, it looks as though the increase is not that significant. It comes down to about some 128 Ghana cedis or so. The minority thinks the farmers have been scammed. They describe the increase as a Sakawa increase. and they're asking for full disclosure of cocoa revenue to be able to best appreciate what led to this particular increase. If you look at the international cocoa price and our own prevailing economic conditions, is it a fair trade, or have these farmers been handed a raw deal?
I think it's a historical issue. I mean, way back since independence, cocoa farmers have always asked for a better deal from government. And the question is whether government has been transparent with cocoa farmers through the years becomes an issue that we need to discuss. But most importantly is the use to which cocoa money has been put. So farmers always feel betrayed. In that, when we even started with the scholarship schemes way back, who were the beneficiaries of scholarship schemes in this country? It was supposed to be made for cocoa farmers and their children. But the political class ended up abusing the cocoa scholarship. Now, over the years, people have felt, so we work this hard, we cannot sell our products on the free market like anybody else. It has to be procured through, government has to procure it and ship it out. So it's important that the cocoa board itself looks at itself and begins to open up and discuss issues more openly. Because if you look at cocoa board itself, which is the authority that procures the cocoa and regulates, determines the prices, their own expenditures over the years. So cocoa farmers sit down and say, the people who are paid, sitting down there and being paid to manage our affairs, seem to earn more money than we do. The benefits they get as people, it's far outweighs we the people on the ground doing the farming. So it is important that cocoa board as a government agent looks at itself and says, how do we treat our farmers? Are we treating them properly? Look at the expenditures that have gone on cocoa roads, how the money has been spent. So cocoa farmers sit down every day and ask themselves simple questions. What is the benefit to us? So I think that all governments through the years have not been very transparent with the cocoa farmers. And I think that is what is bringing up throwing up all these issues. That unfortunately, maybe the current government went out there during the campaign era, also made promises about how much they are going to give to the cocoa farmers. So at the moment, they are looking at it and say, why are you offering this when you promise a certain amount in CDs? So these are the things that, again, governments need to look at. And persons at cocoa board itself need to look at themselves, their salaries, their benefits, and everything, and say, look, how do we manage this in a transparent way such that farmers feel that, look, we are being treated fairly and everything. So I think that is a historical issue, and I think that the cocoa board needs to sit down, open up, be transparent with the farmers, and make sure that they're actually offering them the best of deals.
Right. Dennis Miracle Sabuaje, aide to Dr. Mahamudu Baumia is here. Good morning, Dennis.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Dennis,
too.
why? You look tired. Everything okay?
You know we are in Akutia, so.
Oh, very well.
You're
wrapping up there. Thank you, Tom.
We are shuttling. No.
And then you're preparing for a by-election.
Yes. So we are shuttling between Akutia and Accra.
It's not easy.
I was good.
I see Jude there.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll meet Jude there. Hopefully we don't go to what we went to in Ablekuma.
We hope so. We hope and pray so. But so the government has announced an increase in the producer price of cocoa. The minority side is not too happy with it. The minority is demanding a full transparency from the government regarding the revenue accrued from cocoa sales. We know this announcement is some 62.58% increase. It's moving from some 49,600 cedis to 51,660 cedis per ton, but per bag, it will come to somewhere 3,228 cedis, 75 pesos per 64 kilogram bag. I saw your post the moment the announcement was made. You're not too happy with the finance minister?
I think it's just one of the too many disappointments and anticlimax, on the people of this country by the NDC government. And Nana, I really crave you now just to give me just a little bit of time to deal with this matter, because clearly, I don't think the NDC is learning anything at all. And for those of us who have institutional memory of the NDC that we know in the past, we are not surprised. I say that for the young persons who were very enthusiastic, excited, queued to go and vote for the NDC because of obvious, at the time, disappointment in some of the actions and inactions of the MPP. I will not blame them very much because, I mean, they have no memory of who the NDC is. And so whatever is panning out is just them. But one would have expected that they would have learned something by now. I've watched, read, listened to the defense, the attempted justification, the bizarre explanations, the outright rejection of the feelings and sentiments of the farmers by the NDC functionaries, and I'm saddened. You see, nobody put a gun to your head to go into an election making emphatic promises to the people. Nobody. The people are not asking you to do anything outside the scope of what you told them.
Right.
We need to show some respect to the Ghanaian voter. At least we're in 2025. We should be learning. Maybe we didn't do it in the past, but in 2025, a lot of things have changed. If you come to me and come and tell me that, Dennis, vote for me, because currently the party in power is giving you 1 cedi every day to buy cocoa in the morning. It's woefully inadequate. It's an insult to you. And so vote for me and I'll give you 10 cedis every day, every morning. Now, when you come to office, if I go and queue and vote for you and you come to office, I just expect you to give me the 10 cedis every morning. Like no debate. Now you come to office and you give me 1 cedi 20 pesos. And I'm asking you and demanding for the 10 cedis that you promised me. And you are saying that, but how much were you even getting before? The previous government, how much were they giving you? Isn't it 1 cedi? If I'm giving you 1 cedi 20 pesos, haven't I done better? You know, then the previous government says, no, you can't do this to the people. If not for anything at all, we are 41.7% of the people who went to queue. So there are close to about 42% of the population that voted for us. We can represent their view. That's a huge number, isn't it?
It is.
So can you just fulfill what you promised them? They said, no, shut up. As for you can't talk. What were you giving them? You're giving them 1 cedi. Then you move the entire conversation from your promise to the previous government, who doesn't matter in this conversation at all in any way. It's a big worry for me. I haven't slept. I didn't sleep last night. I didn't sleep 2 nights ago because I think about the situation. I ask myself, for how long is this going to continue? Look at the tangent. Look at the trend since January 7th. First, they came into office on the back of unemployment. We want to create jobs. We are bringing 24-hour economy. We are going to do 1-3-3. One job, 3 people will do it. They came on the back of economic hardship. The economy, the country is difficult. Cost of living is high. We are going to intervene. What have they done?
They've launched the Jumera.
Launched.
National Apprenticeship.
Launched.
24-hour
launched.
economy.
All of them launched. All of them launched. Now, what have they done on the flip side? They have terminated over 35,000 employment. That is not launched. That is actually job losses. This government have created more unemployed Ghanaians than employed Ghanaians. What have they done? They have increased electricity by 16%, a whooping 16%. It's as if this government is not happy when they see the country improving. Listen, you were here. You and I were here when the exchange rate, the CD appreciated, and we're all happy. You remember I even said that nobody should take the credit away from the NDC. Now, all of a sudden, it's like whenever they see the people moving towards happiness, they themselves want to rob the people of the happiness. Because what is the point? If CD appreciates, dollar is going down, and everything is going up. There's a big contradiction in our economy right now. And I'm not surprised that yesterday, I listened to the Bank of Ghana governor, and it's becoming clear that the point we made about the artificial manipulation and massaging of our currency is real. That if you artificially mechanize your currency for it to look good, it would not show in the lives of the people, because the real sector is not what is driving the appreciation of your currency. So you can pick the dollar, dumping it into the banks so that it looks as if there's so much dollars in the system, reduces the effect of the dollar, and everybody is happy. But the problem is that when the businessman wants dollar to go and do business, he doesn't get it at your rate. Today, they are not even getting it at all. I have somebody that has requested for a transfer of about 200,000 to go and pay a supplier, and it has been over 3 weeks, it hasn't been done. 3 weeks. It hasn't been done. And so you will not be surprised when you wake up in the morning and you hear the transport people say that we are going to increase our transport fares by 20%. Not because maybe fuel has gone up. Fuel hasn't gone up. Because if you compare fuel price now to what you met it in January, it is lower.
Yeah.
But it is because the reality on the ground is that when they go to Abosi Okai, the other indicators, the other factors that impact their business hasn't improved. And one will ask, how? Why? Why is it that the spare parts that are imported, that are dependent largely on Forex, is not going down? And it is because they can't find it to buy. The same situation and scenario is what is playing out within our cocoa sector. Why? Why? And for me, what I expected is that this is 2025. Show some respect to the people. You can simply come and say, you know what? I apologize. Indeed, we said that when we come, we are going to make it 6,000 cedis. The finance minister said it on 3 occasions. He said it before we went into an election, the elections on the floor of parliament. He said it in 3 or 4 other media engagements. Then during his vetting, he repeated it. The Agric minister repeated it on 5 occasions. He was emphatic. In fact, the Agric minister said that, Eric Opoku said that, if they come to office, if they win power, and they do not make cocoa 6,000, then what are they telling the people? That who owns the cocoa? He was quite specific. So, you see, there's no ambiguity. There was no condition to the situation of the 6,000. Remember, I have been an advocate. And
that was said in opposition.
Yes.
But when you take office, the realities might be different.
No, but you do the reality. You, the finance minister, you're the ranking member of finance. You know, the ranking member of finance is privy to everything and government.
What is actually under the finance
ministry?
You
were the ranking member of finance. Eric Opoku was ranking on Agric. These are the 2 ministries and 2 sectors that controls the cocoa situation. So they knew. In any case, if you don't know something, how do you make promise of something on the back of something you don't know? How do you go promising on the back of things you don't know? You recollect that when this 6,000 debate came up, the MPP then, through the Honorable Boahen Edu, the former CEO, gave clear-cut explanations, and I have it here. He explained in a long, write-up about what went into the calculation of the price at the time. Then. I have here a write-up from Honorable Ato Forsen, which he did on behalf of the president now, John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, rubbishing every single point that the Edu Boahen made. Now, do you know the funny thing? You know why the farmers are angry today? Because all the arguments Edu made and the counter argument that Ato Forsen made, they flipped it. Now, Ato Forsen is basically making all the arguments that Boahen Edu made. And the people are saying, now, what are you talking about? We're excited when you told us this. We actually thought that Ato Forsen was, the Boahen Edu was ripping us off. And that is why we went to queue to vote for you. You come and you give us 128 cedis. 128 cedis. Now, isn't it sad that a cocoa farmer who in 2024 thought that based on your point that you made to him, the economy was hard and that the government was being very hostile towards them, today is worse off in terms of the basic things he could buy. And these are serious issues. These are not things you play politics with. This has nothing to do with MPP. Forget MPP. MPP was wicked. MPP was bad. We hear you. Do simply what it is that you promise the people. Now, a cocoa farmer in Ghana, who in 2024 was earning 3,100 Ghana cedis per bag, which you claim should be earning 6,000 cedis. Today, you have come into office. You said the economy has improved. That's what you have said. You said you've done what we should clap for you. That's what you have said. But guess what? My uncle, who is in Infrano, in the Yeswanu constituency, that is into cocoa farming, last year, when he sold his cocoa, was able to buy 68 tons of Milo, the green can, 68 tons. Today, you are giving the same uncle of mine 3,228, and he's buying just 58. He has lost 10 cents. 10 cents. Today, the economy that you claim has improved and is doing so well. The cocoa farmer, my uncle in Infrano and in Yeswano, was able to buy 16 cartons of ideal milk. Today, he's buying 13 cartons of
Is it because of the value? Can this be a depreciation issue?
Hold on. I'll make a point. Let me give the real figures, the nominal figures. My uncle in Yeswano, Infrano, that wanted to build, started 3 years ago. Last year, was buying a 5-inch block okay, for 7.3 cedis, 7 cedis, 30 pesos, 424 pieces of it. Today, he's buying just 375. The sure that they use. You know,
at
when
what
you go
price
to the cocoa,
today?
At 8.5. When you go to the cocoa growing area, is it the sure, the deodorant that they use? See, he could buy 88 pieces at 35 cedis per one. Today, he's buying it at 71 cedis. Now,
the price of the show has gone up.
Yes, it's gone up. And when you tell them about some of these prices, like they did to your colleague here, Jifa, they roasted her on social media. When the finance minister went to lie about how much they sell sanitary pad, and Jifa, who is a lady, indicated that I live at Ashaliboche. This is how much I buy it. Go and see what they did to her. But let me put aside. Let me make my point. I beg you.
Very well.
Afterwards, if you
wrap it up and then let's
now the farmer, my uncle, who is in Enfrano, who was buying packets of roofing sheets. Okay, he was buying 3.4 packets of roofing sheets last year with the 1 bag of cocoa money. With the 1 bag of cocoa money.
That's a 3,100.
That you claim the economy has improved and the economy is doing so well. We should clap for you. My uncle is able to buy only 1.6 packets of roofing sheets. Cement. My uncle last year, as at last year September, when he sold cocoa to government, was able to buy 34 bags of cement. Today, my uncle, after selling cocoa to you, is going to buy 26 bags of cement. Now, you are saying that people shouldn't get angry. You are saying that the farmers should not complain. Instead of you going to apologize. And for me, that's why I have a problem with the NDC. They haven't learned anything. You remember the NDC in 2016 left office on the back of a song from Daddy Lumba? Yenti Obia, Kadia Obeka, Yenti Obia. You know, when he said he was a joint Funu. Basically, that's what is happening. Because I cannot just fathom, I cannot just understand. I can't just imagine how you came to tell the cocoa farmer you give him 6,000. You insisted, as recent as, is it February, when Atoforsen had his vetting, you insisted that the cocoa farmer deserves 6,000. Now, you have come into office for whatever reason. You have identified several things, several reasons why you cannot give the 6,000. Remember, those things existed, for which reason the previous government could also give 6,000, which you insisted he could give. So now you cannot give. Go humbly apologize to the person, then give the person hope. But what is happening now? Have you seen the videos from the cocoa farmers? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? It's sad. Some are threatening to cut down their cocoa for galamsey. Some are threatening to destroy their cocoa. And for me,
and land on this one for
I appeal to Hamza and the NDC that this one is a plea. I beg you. These farmers struggle. They suffer. They bleed before they're able to give us the cocoa. Give them what it is that you promised them. Forget about MPP.
Irrespective of the economic conditions.
Forget about the economic conditions. Are they better or they are worse now?
We are getting there.
But if you are getting better, how can I suffer?
And that's how come the CD has appreciated. So the increase does not reflect in a lot.
So how can the cocoa farmer suffer because the economy is getting better? Doesn't make sense.
Very well.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Very well, Marcus,
you are saying that the only reason why the cocoa farmer is suffering is because the economy is getting better. Doesn't make sense.
Very well. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you. Hamza, good morning. Hamza Sungini is a communications team member for the NDC.
Good morning.
How was your trip?
Well, not bad.
You look fresh.
Really?
Yeah.
And thanks to my
relaxed
wife and kids. Yes. Good morning to you, Nana.
When you don't,
it's okay. It's
don't
okay.
mind.
It's okay. Dennis.
Don't mind impossible.
you don't pay for
It's okay. Oh.
Good morning to my brother Dennis, and of course, senior comrade. Good morning to you.
Can we explain to the cocoa farmers why they are not getting the 6,000 promised by Atoforsen? And can we help them appreciate the economy as it is now, that the CD is doing well, for which reason when they change the dollar, they might not get as much as they would have expected when the dollar was higher?
Nana, I think that first of all, we need to contextualize the discussion. In the sense that we are dealing with a government that at the back of the last election made certain promises. And even before those promises, we were the largest opposition party in the country. And as part of our democratic responsibility, we were charged to ensure that we hold the then government accountable. Depending on the prevailing economic situation at the time. So every discussion we had was within that framework, that context, and that should not be lost on anybody. It is for good reason, or it was for good reason, that if you look at and followed the politics of His Excellency President Mahama, as far as the cocoa prices were concerned, President Mahama, as flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, at no point in time made reference
of the National
Democratic Congress, sorry, at no point in time made references to 6,100 or more as the price per cocoa bag. It was never done. Secondly, our manifesto is before all of you. Go through the manifesto. The promises we made are captured in the manifesto, and we're clear that when it comes to the FOB, this government, that is an NDC government, will do everything within its power to ensure that cocoa farmers receive 70% of the FOB prices. Mind you, before 2016 general election, their former minister responsible for agriculture, Dr. Akotose, had cause to call on His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama then to ensure that cocoa farmers get 70% of the FOB prices. Unfortunately, we lost that election, and President Mahama indeed made that commitment. That was the basis of his inclusion in our 2020 manifesto and 2024 manifesto.
Right.
We lost. When the NPP came into power, for 8 good years, they were unable to give them the 70% FOB price. Did they? At no point in time. So, Nana, that is why I'm saying that it is important for us to contextualize it. It is true that in the lead up to the election, and even in his vetting, sometimes I am yet to be shown another video. But the video I saw of our finance minister, even before the vetting committee, he was emphatic. He said, and you can play it. He said, at the time I was making a call for cocoa farmers to be paid 6,100 of the producer price, I was making that call being cognizant of the world market prices of cocoa at the time. And what was the world market prices of cocoa at the time? And said that he wouldn't change his mind, all things being equal. And that he still maintained that that call was justified. You can play that video. And at the time he was making the call, we're talking about cocoa prices in the region of per metric ton, world market, in excess of $12,000. Nana, when it was $12,000, their government decided to put the FOB price rate at $4,850, far less than the $12,000 at the world market. Was that not the case? And when they did the rating and placed it at $4,850, they were not paying cocoa farmers $4,850 per metric ton. They were paying them $3,100 per metric ton. Less than 70% of the FOB price. At the time this announcement was made, in relation to the one made by our Greek minister and that of Atufos, the finance minister, what was the world market price of cocoa? It was about 7,400.
7,200.
It ended the day at 7,200, but at the time of the announcement, it was 7,400. Government placed the FOB rating at 7,200, only $200 short of the 7,400, and proceeded to give the cocoa farmer 70% of the FOB price. I dare the New Patriotic Party to show us evidence in the last 30 years, in the last 3 decades of our democratic governance, where a government has been able to honor that promise of giving cocoa farmers 70% of the FOB price. They should show us. And this was the promise His Excellency President Mahama made. This was the promise that was captured in our manifesto. And I can assure them that if indeed we were in power for the 2024-2025 economic season, when they were setting the price targets, I am pretty much convinced that the average Ghanaian cocoa farmer would have been entitled to 6,000 Ghana cedis and would have paid it, because then the international market prices for cocoa was favorable. These are the facts. Again, don't forget that we are even doing this. We have made that offer at the back of the huge liabilities they left for us at Cocoa Board. This crop season alone, Cocoa Board would have to look for in excess of 100 metric tons of cocoa beans to go and offset a syndicated loan they took at 2,600 Ghana cedis per metric ton. Dollars. Today, at the world market stage, it is about 7,200. We would have to sell that, go and give that cocoa at $2,600. So that liability is on this government and the cocoa farmer. Because of their recklessness, because of their incompetence, because of their appetite to borrow and to waste those resources in the name of building cathedrals and the likes. This is your legacy. So if the cocoa farmers are complaining today, we cannot exonerate the wicked policy interventions driven by pettiness, wickedness, and corruption of the last administration. And this government has not pretended that the entire country is out of the woods in 7 months. No, we have not said that. We have not said that. Even when we succeeded in bringing stability to the city, and you in the media were challenging us to celebrate these victories, what did we tell you? We told you that for us, the focus is not, the excitement is not about reducing the, what's the name? Helping the dollar, the city to appreciate. It was about sustainability. And we are monitoring the trend. That tells you how moderate this government is. Because we appreciate the economic situation we inherited. And we need to be very careful. We did not organize KK parties to celebrate that. We have not told you that we have arrested the city, given the keys to the IDGP, of which he has thrown away, like Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, his boss did. Because this is a sensitive government. This is a government that appreciates that, look, we are leading a people and their aspirations, their well-being, to a very large extent, rest on our shoulders. And we are not willing to compromise with that on the altar of petty partisanship politics. No, that is not the NDC that John Dramani Mahama is leading. So we need to understand that. So if we have done that in terms of the FOB price, and we have indicated that this is for this cocoa season, and we are getting the economy in check, and if we succeed in doing so, Nana, the cocoa farmers should be rest assured that by next year, they will even receive more. Unlike them, we have not said that that announcement has solved all the problems of our cocoa farmers. No. It will be hypocritical on the part of the National Democratic Congress government to think that the announcement 2 days ago has solved all our problems. We are not like them as far as the cocoa farmers are concerned. We still believe with conviction that the cocoa farmers deserve more. And if the government had the space, I am convinced that would have given them more. Because if you look at the psychology of this administration, it is clear that our policies are intended to benefit the ordinary Ghanaian. That is why we have raised the FOB price to that 70%. Many would be asking, especially when the discussions were going on, they said that if you raise it to 70%, you are the very people telling us that Cocoa Board is indebted. How are you going to pay the debt? You didn't hear those questions. But as a government, we do not think that we should continue to service the inefficiencies of Cocoa Board at the back of the hard-working cocoa farmer. So let them have their share. And that is why government has decided, as part of that drive, to move cocoa road construction away from Cocoa Board, and we are giving it back to Ministry of Roads and Highways, responsible for that. So that liability of about 21 billion, we are having discussions to transfer that to the Ministry of Roads and Highways. The 21 billion Ghana cedis they left. Now, Nana, in addition to that, they took away the free subsidies for cocoa farmers.
On the fertilizer and
the fertilizer, yes. That's what I'm talking about. This government has announced a reintroduction. So what that tells you that even with the prices the cocoa farmers today are receiving, they would not have to dip into that prices and go and pay for fertilizers like they were doing under them. So the government, in a way, has saved some costs in that regard. That is progress. The government, on top of that, has launched the scholarship fund for the cocoa farmers, which will kickstart 2025-2026 academic year.
For tertiary education.
For tertiary education.
Because now free SHS has taken away.
Yes, intended as an incentive to our cocoa farmers.
And if I'm a cocoa farmer today and my child is in primary?
Master, you see, sometimes you need to understand that we are looking at the numbers. You may have many of them who have their kids going to tertiary education. And some undoubtedly, maybe, what do you call it?
Younger than the tertiary age.
That's why you have free basic education and that of free senior high school. They will only take advantage of that. You don't launch policies so that people can benefit in a way that is contradictory. Absolutely not. There's already a package for them at that level. Yes. In it. So, Nana, that is the difference between what we are doing and what they did. And he's saying that this government is running an economic policy that appears contradictory because prices of goods and services are high. Sometimes when you listen to my brother and many communicators of the New Patriotic Party, you wonder if they have learned useful lessons in the last 7 months, especially when it comes to their commentary on the economy. You think that in 7 months, we have cleared all your rot, your mess? You think that in 7 months, we have done so? When we continue to tell you that we are working 24/7 around the clock to clear the economic mess you left us. You think that we have reversed all your higher prices in 7 months? This government has not claimed that. But there's significant improvement. I didn't make references to the reduction in petroleum prices as compared to what was happening under you. You did. That is progress. Again, we took over from you an inflationary rate of 23%, 22 to 23%. Today it's in the region of 13%. Is that not the case, Nana? And when we say inflationary, it doesn't mean that prices of goods and services will not increase. It simply tells you that if under you, prices were galloping at an average rate of 22.5%, under this administration so far in 7 months, the rate of increment is now about 13.5% or so. So the rate of increment is far, far lower than we were recording under your so-called economic messiah boss, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who deceived this country simply because he wanted to be vice president and attempted that deception again in the last election, and the Ghanaian people saw through it and exposed him for what he truly is. Nana, so that is us. You are mentioning things that the cocoa farmers would not be able to buy. And you are coming out with your own figures. We know that under you, with an inflationary rate of 22.5%, it would have been more. The cost of those items would have been more than you are mentioning, if indeed they are true. Nana, again, the same Dennis makes reference to the exchange rate regime we are dealing with. Even if you take the NDC's black market rate today, black market rate that he's making references to, he says Aboki is the one who holds the dollar, and it's not Bank of Ghana. Even if you take the Aboki rate, it is better than their official rate when they were in power. Is that not a fact? Because if you are even going to get a dollar at the Aboki rate at 12.17%, that is still far, far, far better than their official Bank of Ghana rate when they were in charge of our economy. So they should not dare us when it comes to the economic fundamentals. We are miles ahead. And when it comes to sensibilities, this government appreciates the sensibilities of the Ghanaian people. And so I say to our cocoa farmers, in all humility, we are not celebrating about this recent announcement. We are still convinced that they deserve more.
Right.
And we will do everything within our power to ensure that they get more, because we will not take them for granted. We know the kind of investments we did between 2015-2016 year in terms of the cocoa sector. That is why they were getting the better yields for 2017 when they came into power and 2018. It was the legacies of the National Democratic Congress and the investments John Dramani Mahama made in that sector. And we are committed to making those investments once more. And we know that undoubtedly the appreciation of the cedi would definitely have a cost effect in terms of the new prices.
Right.
But what you also need to remember is that for 5 months, we paid them, even though the cedi was doing better, we paid them at the rate of $1 to 16 Ghana cedis, maintaining the old exchange rate regime. So the farmers for 5 months benefited more when everybody in the country...
1,148 or
yes,
plus.
when everybody in the country was now having to deal with an appreciating cedi. So the dollar meant that
lowest, you wouldn't have more cedis in hand. Yeah.
They were still being pegged at that level for 5 months as a subsidy, as a form of subsidy by the central government of this country.
Was it also because you didn't announce a reviewed price in the minor season?
It could be. I am not ruling out that possibility. But Nana, all what I'm telling you is that it was better because we pegged it at that level. For 5 months, we managed it. We were bearing the brand. They did not even dare to do that. And so, and I hear him make reference to it and say, oh, the cocoa bar 240 made reference to $1, 16 Ghana cedis, which was the Aboki rate under them. So if this government left it at $1 to 16 Ghana cedis using the Aboki rate, have we changed it? Even if we are to accept this conclusion. But you see, to finally to land, you see, I will say this again, Nana. As politicians, we can do all kind of politics we want to do. But we must be very honest to the Ghanaian people. And it was that lack of honesty that cost the NPP in the last election. It was that lack of honesty that is still making it difficult for them to even agree amongst themselves as to how to conduct their internal processes. Because we are dealing with a bunch of people who are so dishonest that even amongst their own core, they struggle to find honesty in dealing with each other. And so they should not subject the entire nation to that catastrophic way of politicking. This is a government that will not be stampeded by the incompetence or wickedness or machinations of the New Patriotic Party. This is a government that is focused on delivering. And we know that we cannot solve all the problems of this country in 7 months. And we are committed to ensuring that we leave a legacy that we all will be happy about. Because we know as a Social Democratic Party that the betterment of the Ghanaian people will translate into the betterment of our tradition. And so we will not take that for granted.
Thank you, Hamza. Let me take a few messages quickly. This one says, it is evident that the NPP keeps throwing mud against the wall and hoping some will stick. Mr. Tuforsen, although promised to increase price of cocoa, he should go and explain to the farmers that they met a bigger mess than they were expected. And for that reason, this is what they can afford for now. This is not the end. Things will slowly improve with time. This one says, the comparison seems counterintuitive. If President Akufo-Addo's administration faced economic challenges yet managed to set a higher cocoa price, wouldn't a stronger economy under President Mahama have warranted a more substantial price increase than just over 100 Ghana cedis? Let's speak truth to power. Aminu from Nsawam sent that. This one says, good morning, Nana. I love to listen to Dennis. What is happening now is only on paper, but things are different on the ground. Things are still costly and money is not in the system. If you gave workers 10%, at least the same percentage would be better. This is 419. Moses from Boko sent that one in. Right. Engineer, let's move into the matter of transport fares. The Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council has announced that from Friday, transport fares are going up by 20%. They've cited the 1 cedi fuel levy, stagnant spare parts prices, poor roads, and the like. But GPRTU is dissociating from this. COPEC is warning that this will only create chaos in the system. From where you stand, is this legitimate?
Let me just make a quick comment on the Cocoa Board issue before we move on. You see, I think that Cocoa Board was established for a certain purpose, which is one, to coordinate the affairs of cocoa farmers and ensure that Ghana can get value for money at the end of the day. And we should not treat this as an issue of just politics. we should look at the national interest and say, how do we look at cocoa board and how do we improve the efficiencies at cocoa board? Because it's clearly responsible for what is happening at the moment. Cocoa production has declined. And we need to be concerned as a nation. It shouldn't be a banter between NDC and NPP. We should dispassionately look at the issues of cocoa board. They are responsible for research, they are responsible for pest control and assisting the farmers general to increase productivity. But as it is now, cocoa production has gone down. So it is not an NDC NPP. We should look at cocoa board and say, how can we improve efficiency at cocoa board? Now, on the issue of transportation, you see, there is always wisdom in things that have been done in the past. And I find it sad that governments over the years who have touted that the private sector is the engine of growth and that we should liberalize trade suddenly are combating private sector in their prices. I mean, why should the government be dictating to GPRT, who are private organization, or the private transport organization, how much they should charge? Why should the government be doing that? You see, we need to be clear. When we say that the private sector is the engine of growth and we must liberalize trade, the people should be able to determine what prices are good for them. What a government should be doing to ensure that prices do not go out of the roof is for the government to engage in business. You see, the same NDC and NPP have always said, oh, government has no business doing business. Look, we have run all the state transport down. We've run the metro transport down. We've run all these things down. If the state was running these transport sectors efficiently, you don't have to go and negotiate with transport organizations. You don't. Because you inevitably are controlling prices through that mechanism. And that is why government needs to engage in business. And that is why I disagree with the thinking of the liberals, who are always shouting private sector is the engine of growth and that everything must be liberal. No. Government is doing business. We say we have state transport. Is state transport being run efficiently as a business? Once government is able to run it efficiently, then nobody is going to tell VIP that, hey, you must set your price at this.
Because then there will be competition.
There's competition. So I think that the solution to this is not for government to go and sit down and be negotiating and telling GPI. When government is increasing fuel prices, electricity prices, does it come to consult all these people? It doesn't. So it is important that government runs itself more efficiently and stop this bantering with private sector. Government must sit down and look at metro transport. How have we run it down? By appointing friends and cronies and overstaffing all these organizations and running them to the ground. Government has to sit down and say, we need to look at our transport sector more seriously. How do we ensure that there's more mass transportation and effective ones? Metro mass and then the Ayalolo and all. We've run all of them down. And meanwhile, we spend so much money in procurement. And that is how our governments have been abusing us. They spend so much money and say, we are going to do procurement, we are going to do this, we are going to do mass transportation. And all that money ends up in private pockets. The politicians, their friends and family, the money ends up there. And then the transport system is run down. And now you are picking fights with private transport operators. I disagree completely with that. I think that the government must set up and begin to look at STC. I mean, the previous government came and then started appointing, creating so many offices, deputies. Well, look at STC today. What are their overheads? How efficiently is STC operating? Look at metro transport. Look at Ayalolo. What's happened to all of them? So we need to set up as a country and we need to hold our governments accountable in this. I completely disagree with this fight with private transporters.
Right. Dennis, the GRTCC, that's the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council, says that in May, when they reduced transport fares by 15%, businesses and services failed to respond to same. They've also cited the 1 CD fuel levy, 1 CD per litre fuel levy, which has led to an 8% increase in fuel prices. And they've also mentioned rising vehicle maintenance costs due to poor road conditions. But my concern is at a point where the general mood is an expectation for a decline in prices of goods and services. If this is allowed to happen, is there a danger of triggering other economic unions to also increase their prices?
It is not a mood. Pricing is not an issue of mood. It's economics.
And per the economics we are hearing,
economics on paper. That is, you see, the problem is that we allowing these guys to hoodwink us. You see the way, you see the poster. They are telling the farmers all the grammar. The farmer is buying less cement today, and you are telling him about 70% FOB. Today, you are running away from the minister who made an emphatic statement even a month before his budget, saying that, oh, the president is not the one who said 6,000, it's the minister. The minister for Agri said it. The minister for finance said, oh, no, go and look at our manifesto. You see, there are inconsistencies. They are pick and choose. You know, that posture. But we've seen this before, Nana. We've all seen this before. Like, this is not the first time. We've seen this. That's why I said that it's only those, it's the Gen Zs who are now experiencing them. They shouldn't be surprised at all. They should come to us and we'll give them. They should talk to their parents. We've seen it before. You have deceived the farmer. You have lied to the people. You have broken hearts. And you are here.
Is he having a discussion on the transport? Or?
Oh, why are you telling me what? Is he successfully doing?
No, it's his time. So you don't worry.
No, I just want to be sure.
He's working for 30 minutes unhindered. 30 minutes.
But how long is the entire show?
You
see, this is your time, and we need to investigate it.
Exactly.
It needs to be audited.
So even now in opposition, they are investigating what you say. That's the problem.
7:40.
No,
we started at 7:40.
No, you landed at 44.
Oh, me, I'm having my time. You two are talking about 44.
You landed at 44. Well, I'm the one keeping the time.
Your watch is away.
Well, I'm the one keeping the time. So I'm using mine.
Is he succeeded in the relationship?
Anyways, carry on.
Now I'm lost in this.
Don't worry, gather them.
You know, the posture is a worry. That a group of persons that we went to kill, we went to line up and vote for you based on specific. You come in, you haven't done what you said you would do. Let me tell you one even interesting thing. One interesting thing about the 6,000 engineer is that the minister was emphatic. He said, in our first budget. He said it. I said, in our first budget. That is what he said. And then you talk about MPP, and MPP did this, and MPP, who give a hoot about MPP? The farmers, what do they care about MPP? We don't know with MPP. And you went to Awinso and Asawinso and Awin to go and tell them that they should vote for you, so you bring them 6,000. When you were giving them the 6,000 promise, did you tell them that, but if we come and we go and put $2 billion into the forex regime and the dollar comes out, we can't give you? So that they are clear in their minds that the decision we are going to make is made based on certain conditions. Have you heard Blacko's song?
Which one?
Decisions I make in my pajamas.
Top of the morning.
You know, that is basically.
With God,
you see,
he knows it. Yeah, he likes it.
People wake up in the morning and think deeply about their choices and decisions. That is why on the 7th of December 2024, these farmers left their farms to come and queue. Some were beaten by rain to vote for you. They voted for you not because of MPP. They voted for you based on a specific promise. Please, Hamza, I will forgive you of all the brash conversation you've made to the farmers. I will forgive you of all the arrogant posture from your side and your political party, and continue to beg you and plead that the farmers are simply asking for what you promised them.
We dare to attack anyone on this
if you, it doesn't matter.
We dare to attack anyone.
You don't
on
have
this
to attack them. All the grammar you said, if it doesn't amount to 6,000, you are wasting their time.
Very well. Transport first.
All the things you said, all the
You're not ready to discuss
all the fertilizer things. Let me tell you, the farmers say, give them their own money, let them go and buy their own fertilizer. That's what they are saying. There is a history behind fertilizer supply being taken out and the subsidies being introduced.
Because of the smuggling.
Two things, smuggling and delay. The farmers themselves are aware of it. So stop telling them about fertilizer. They know how to buy their fertilizers. They are saying that give us our money, what is due us, so that we can go and buy our own fertilizer. Now you're telling them that, oh, we are sorry. We are giving you 3-1 so that we'll buy fertilizer for you. Then you come and tell us that, oh, you know what? The reason why we cannot give you the 6,000 because the economy is doing very well. If the economy will do well, then I'll get less money and get less cement, less blocks, less packet. Then let the economy get bad. Is that not the case? It doesn't even make sense. And you see, I kept making this point on this set that this government is running a contradictory economy. I've made it several.
Which they deny.
But it's showing. That is why, even though you claim that when you go to the port, the forest has gone down, for which reason it must reflect in duties. GTRCC is telling you that when they go to Abosi Okan to buy their spare parts, it is expensive. Why is it expensive? Why do we have spare parts in Abosio kind expensive when the government tells us that the economy is doing well? It tells you that we are right when we tell you that they are artificially massaging the thing on paper and it's not reflecting in reality. Why are the cement suppliers not listening to the road minister to reduce the prices of cement? Why? Why are they not doing it? Why are prices of cement going up? Why are prices of blocks going up? Why are prices of packets of roofing sheets going up? Why are cartons of milk going up? Why is a tin of Milo going up? When you claim that you have brought heaven to our economy and our economy is doing so well, and then when we give you the chance to talk right now, 90% of his speech is MPP. Who cares about MPP? The people are hungry. The people are jobless. The 1-3 shift jobs you promised them, they don't have it.
But what they inherited will not make room for that.
You have increased public sector salary by a paltry 10% and giving them an increase in utility of 16%. What you inherited? Isn't not what was available based on which you used to do your manifesto? Did we have a Chinese economy? Did we have a Singaporean kind of economy? Based on what economy did you sit down to plan and plot? Based on what economy did you sit down to know that you can do 1-3-3?
Nana.
If Ghana was heaven, you think we would need you? So I beg him. He should save us all this MPP. Akufo-Addo is gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's no longer here. The Ghanaian people are simply asking you to fix the Amasaman road. Fix it. Stop telling them about Akufo-Addo. If Akufo-Addo did something that you think was wrong, it's a crime, arrest him. Let the law deal with it. But fix the roads. Let the transport people have their spare parts at a rate that can afford them to reduce, spare parts. You deceive these guys to reduce transport by 15%. Then the next day you slap 4 cedi 50 pesos on a gallon of fuel. What do you think they will do? What do you think they will do? And then when we come and ask you, you tell us that MPP this, MPP that. You listen to him when he's coming to speak. You listen. 90% he will never address the issue. 90% will be this MPP. This who cares about MPP? We don't even exist. Concentrate on yours. What is this thing about MPP? They are not coherent. They cannot. Our internal matter. How is this your business? How does our internal matter help you to bring the carton of milk down so that the farmers can afford? How does the internal matter help you to ensure that the spare parts that the GTLCC people are complaining about is affordable? How does the internal matter of the MPP help you to ensure that the fuel prices fuel prices coming down? Yes, I agree. Dollar is coming down, I agree. But why is it that whenever the thing is coming down, you people are envious of us and you still go and slap something on it? Why? Why? You say we should clap for you for bringing the thing down. Now the thing is coming down. Immediately you notice the thing is coming down, you must go and add something. Then what we say, even though we have added something, it is still less than MPP. Who cares about MPP? We beg them. Whether we like it or not, we are in a democracy. We are saddled with them. There is nothing we can do about it. This isn't the first time they are treating it this way. But all I am asking for is that I was in this country. I saw this government, the same architecture, the same persons between 2013 and 2016. I know how bad it can get. Everybody in this country knows. Have you realized that all of a sudden Doomso has become a normal thing? Nobody is talking about it anymore because they feel the NDC is in power. There's nothing that will change. We beg them. We don't want to get used to it. We are pleading. What we saw between 2013 and 2016, that is what is rearing its head again in 2025. Hamza, please, when you go back, tell His Excellency John Dramani Mahama that we beg you.
I wanted to chime that, but unfortunately yesterday my lights went off.
About this? Are you experiencing?
Unfortunately yesterday my lights went off.
But I'm asking you a question. Are you experiencing?
Not as we have experienced in the past.
In the last,
let's have a discussion.
Land.
Why do you do so?
No, but he said you should land.
Can you
land? Please land.
I was even giving you an appeal. Show me some respect. I have voted for you. Whether I like it or not, I'm your citizen. Right now, I'm at your feet. Please, show me some respect. I beg you. We queued to vote for you. Even though I didn't cast my vote because I knew we'll get to this stage. I didn't vote for you. But the majority of the people voted for you. I am begging you on their behalf.
Oh, you didn't vote for us.
Of course, why would I vote for John Mahama? I am begging you in the name of God.
Championing Baume's
Forget
interest.
about Nanado.
Thank you, Dennis.
Forget about
Thank you.
MPP.
Thank you.
The Ghanaian people are suffering. Even though you claim the economy is doing
Thank
well,
you.
they
Thank you.
are suffering. And that's why the transport operators are telling us they have to increase their fares.
Well, what a way to sign out.
Nah,
I'm like, no,
you see,
I beg
the
you,
reason
I beg
why
you.
is-
I'll come to you.
Take your
I
time,
need to
take
take
your
a break
time.
now.
Thank you.
I'll come to you. I need to take a break
okay.
now. People, this is the news review segment on Breakfast Daily. Stay with us. We'll be right back. When we come, we'll hear from Hamza on this transport fare increment. Stay with us.
Life can get hectic, and sometimes we forget to prioritize our well-being. That's where Vernal Mineral Water steps in. A refreshing solution packed with essential minerals, Vernal Mineral Water keeps you hydrated and balanced. Whether you're at home or work, Vernal Mineral Water is there to keep you going. Don't let a busy schedule hinder your health. Make Vernal Mineral Water a part of your daily routine. Share the love with Vernal Mineral Water, the choice for a healthy, vibrant you. This advert is FDA approved.
Drowning in deadlines, data running wild. Let's fix this together. Join the evolution. Join the sharpest minds in HR at the HR Connect Conference 2025 on August 8 at the Marvin Peak Hotel, Accra, under the theme Empowering HR Excellence, Leveraging Data, Resilience, and Wellness for a Thriving Workplace. It's not just another conference. It's strategy, tech, wellness, and a few smart laughs too. Panels, keynotes, real talk, and real solutions. Let's lead, connect, and transform the way we work. For further inquiries and bookings, please call on 0541 222 365 to secure your seat. HR Connect Conference 2025. Lead, connect, transform.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness. Ministering live, Perez Music alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabby Akwe and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557 116 607. That is 0557 116 607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship.
Grateful that you stayed on with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. We're having a news review segment. Engineer Koside is here. Dennis Miracles Abwaje is here. Hamza Suyini is here. And it's Hamza's turn to speak to this issue of transport transport fare increment. But I'll take a quick message. This one says, good morning, Nana. This is Abdul Ganiu Mankarigu from Savannah region. Cumulatively, John Mahama has added a total of 398 cedis to cocoa farmers in 6 years. This means that John gave our farmers 66 cedis every year. Nanado has cumulatively given our cocoa farmers 3,525 cedis in 8 years.
Fact.
That is, averagely, he gave
Fact,
cocoa farmers
fact,
440 cedis a year.
Fact.
Interestingly, the government is only adding 128 Ghana cedis to the previous price of 3,100 Ghana cedis. Is this what they promised cocoa farmers? That's the question you are asking. This one says, good morning, Nana. I want you to ask Dennis that how much was cocoa price increments per bag in the first term in office, which includes 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. So if he's able to answer my questions, then he should know that their mess can't be overturned or can't be turned overnight.
Let me answer.
This one says, good morning to you and your cherished viewers. Dennis Miracle Sabuaje is such a fantastic and phenomenal communicator. In-depth analysis, explaining details to every Ghanaian. We love him so much, okay? Good morning. I'm enjoying your discussions as usual. I'm in support of Miracle Sabuaje. The farmers deserve better. Please let your producers help me with Miracle's contact. Senor from
the campaign has started. M4C, the campaign has started early.
Hamza, yes. Let's do transport first. Let's do transport first and the increments proposed or announced by the GRTCC.
Anyway, you see, before I get into the announcement by the GRTCC.
No, this is the Ghana Transport
Coordinating
Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council.
Wait, coming back to Cocoa,
Yeah.
Yes, because I need to respond.
But just
You see the way he,
So he has to-
you remember he was asking why I was in Cocoa. You see, watching. He can't resist it. Watching.
I accept the invitation. You see, Nana, my brother asked why we are still talking about the NPP when Nanado is gone. Our constitution enjoins us to talk about registered political parties and to put the spotlight on their activities, because as a ruling government, we know that the kind of deceptive politics that the MPP championed, even in government, irrespective of the efforts you put, they are likely to continue that politics of deception. And it is our responsibility as a government to be that antidote to that politics of deception. And the people need to be reminded of the kind of environment that we took over from the NPP. It is not an obsession with the politics of the NPP. It is the truth. You are saying that His Excellency Nanado is no more. Nobody give a hoot about the NPP. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is around. Even Nanado himself built his economic success around your boss, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who wants to lead your political party again. And he was the champion of deception, if you remember the 2016 elections. And so it will be daft on the part of this government to keep quiet and allow you to cause havoc to the conscience of the Ghanaian people from opposition.
Use the same energy.
It's our responsibility.
Use the same energy to bring.
So once we are building, once we are rebuilding
twice,
once we are rebuilding the economy, it is incumbent on us to continue to remind the Ghanaian people, those who caused that havoc to the economy, so that they do not dream of bringing them close to our economic management again. It is important. It's part of our responsibility as a government. And so that is why we still care about your activities. Having said that, you see, Nana, when you listen to the NPP and the likes of Dennis, today, Dennis knows how the ordinary Ghanaian feels. For 8 years, he didn't know. Today, he knows the cost of items that our cocoa farmers battle with on daily basis.
Yes, because I've compared.
For 8 years,
I have compared.
under their reckless economic management, he didn't know.
I knew. I have compared.
Even fuel. How many of us could afford it? Under their management. The cost of living under them. The rate of unemployment.
It's worse now.
In excess of 14% amongst the Ghanaian youth.
It's worse now.
When John Mahama left it in the region of about 7%.
It's worse now.
Everything under you guys were run down. And so you do not expect a new government in a matter of 7 months to repair all the damage you caused this country in 8 years. Not 8 months, 8 years. We have 7 months so far. So let us admit it. And unlike you, it is for good reason I said that even from where we sit, we still believe that the cocoa farmers deserve
But
better.
then do it. Then do it. We beg you. Then do it for us.
That is
Don't
why we
just
have
say,
please
allow.
We beg.
That is why we
Just
have
do it.
done what you couldn't do in the last 3
128
decades.
128
70% increment in the FOB price.
128
Has it ever been
cedis.
done?
Please,
Dennis,
please. You've had your turn. Please allow him.
128
No, but you know,
cedis.
the
70% is
The truth
128
scaffles
cedis.
him, so I can understand.
Like
you
he did yours.
you see, these are the facts. What we have done, no government has done it.
128 cedis.
Is that not a fact?
Unbelievable.
70% FOB
128
from about
cedis.
$3,100 to $5,040. It's never been done. I dare you. So that tells you that this is a government, even by next year, who will do more for the cocoa farmer.
Very well.
And our mandate is for 4 years.
He's still making promises.
So Dennis should not create the impression as though whatever is contained in our campaign promises was to be implemented in a matter of 7 months.
You said 6 months. The 6,000 you said in your first.
But why would
you
we
said in your
present
first
in 4
budget.
years
You said in your
manifesto?
first budget. The 6,000 you said in your first budget.
That was not what it was.
That's what you said.
No, we
the
said
video is there.
the
He said in his
70% we
first
said in
budget.
our first budget.
He said in his first budget 6,000.
Can I make my point?
Dennis,
Can I
please
make
allow
my
Hamza. Allow him.
You see, so these are the facts on the ground. These are the facts. And so as a government, you see, we know the power of the ordinary Ghanaian. We know the sacrifices of the ordinary cocoa farmer. We know what they have had to endure.
Oh.
If you introduce a cocoa subsidy, that had raised the contribution of the agriculture sector from about 2% to 6% in GDP. Why take it down? Under the guise of, because it has left a huge bill of about 3 billion Ghana cedis. That was their reason. Because they themselves were the architects of smuggling. They were deceiving the cocoa farmers that they were bringing cocoa and fertilizers and turned round to sell it to them. The facts are there. They contracted one of their people, or two of them rather, to cut down cocoa trees under the guise of replanting and awarded a contract to them. These guys succeeded in cutting down a chunk of these cocoa trees.
And that was an initiative they rolled out.
Yes, but what? Go and
farms that were not yielding.
Go and look at the success rate of that problem.
He doesn't even know cocoa. He has never been to a cocoa farm.
Oh, come on.
So that's why he's making the point. The farmers will cry this.
Oh, Dennis, are you going to allow me to?
I can't allow you.
Are you going to allow
Because you are
me?
insulting the intelligence of the
Allow
farmers.
him, allow him.
The cocoa rehabilitation project was what? Do you even understand cocoa?
Dennis.
Do you even understand cocoa?
Respect our
No,
voice. You respect
that's
us.
fine. It's fine.
Respect
Oh,
us.
no, but
You see, that's what happens to him.
I'm very, very worried.
It's fine.
I'm very, very
You
worried.
see, he's being disruptive.
No, but stop him.
You see, he's
But
being
that's what I
disruptive.
am doing.
He knows where I'm going. He knows where I'm going. That's why he's being disruptive.
Rehabilitation.
Dennis, it's
You
fine.
see,
It's fine.
he knows the route I'm going to talk about. That's why he's being disruptive. You
Dennis, thank you. It's fine.
Back control him.
Don't insult the farmers.
Dennis, thank you.
You have failed to
Thank
do
you.
what
Let's
you
have a
are
good show.
insulting them.
I am
Oh, Dennis,
told his
please,
boss
let's
was
have a good
directly
show.
linked to that process
Which
of the
boss?
two companies.
Which boss?
And I'll give you the details, please.
Which boss? Which? What is he talking about?
Please, allow him.
He knows how.
You have failed and
Let's
you want
move
to
on to
use
the next
it
issue.
something,
Oh my
something else.
Dennis,
What are you talking
Dennis,
about?
thank you.
He's
That's fine.
inviting me.
Are you going
That's
to control
fine.
him?
That's fine. Thank
Cocoa
you.
rehabilitation.
Dennis,
You are saying that
thank
cocoa
you.
rehabilitation was what?
Dennis,
Ask him the
Go
success
and read the
rate.
World Bank report on why the cocoa rehabilitation program
Oh,
didn't start
Nana,
in the
am I
first
the one
it's
having
fine.
the
What
floor?
are you
Or is
talking
Dennis
about?
who's having
He
the
has the
floor?
floor. Thank you. Thank you. You've had your opportunity.
Are you done? Are you
You know
done?
the sweat we
Are you
go
done?
Hamza,
through.
deal
You know
with
the
me,
sweat
deal
we
with
go
me.
through to
Nana,
get
so
a
you
bag
see,
of cocoa.
that is
Dennis.
the kind of people we are
Dennis,
dealing
it's
with.
You know the sweat.
It's fine. It's
we
fine.
go
It's
through
After they
to get a
awarded
bag of
it, after
cocoa.
they
It's okay.
awarded
It's
it to
fine.
their people,
He hasn't seen a
Carry on.
cocoa farm
deceived the
before.
cocoa farmers that they were going to give them money to cut down those trees. What didn't we see? And to replant. Huge sums of money washed down the drill using their conduits, those two companies. So were you surprised that cocoa yields began dwindling?
Completely ignorant of cocoa sector.
Under them?
Completely ignorant of the
And they will sit on this table and tell you
completely
that
ignorant
farmers
of the
have started
cocoa
selling
sector.
their cocoa
Ignorant
farms
of the cocoa
for
sector.
galamsey. Because of your activities, your inefficiencies, your recklessness, your corruption appetite. Because it acted as a disincentive to the cocoa farmer. You deceived them even on the ground.
Give them 6,000. That's what they're asking.
Oh, Dennis, why are you doing this today?
but-
No, but you should know that what I'm saying is
Allow.
hitting
What
us.
he's doing
Is hitting
is-
him.
Allow him.
So it's expected
Allow.
for him to interject.
Allow.
I'm surprised
The
today that
farmers
behaving
have
this
the
way.
power to vote.
He
They'll
hasn't
take
seen
a
the
decision.
cocoa farm before.
Oh my God.
I am
Farmers
telling
will
you know
take a
what we
decision.
go through to
Nana,
get
so-
one
Nana,
Dennis,
Nana.
please. You are taking his time.
But what he's doing is an insult.
They say when dry bones are mentioned in the proverb,
an insult.
Old women become uncomfortable.
Give
You
us
can
6,000.
understand now.
That's all. Give us 6,000.
You can understand now.
You
He's
promised
hijacking
us
the
6,000.
program.
Let's have a good show.
You promised
Let's
us
have a
6,000.
good show.
Give us
Let's end well.
6,000. That's what we're asking for.
Please.
And stop all these insults you are putting on.
Please.
All
Is
of
he
us.
hijacking the
Let
program?
the
Has he seen
ordinary
a Cocoa
Ghanaian
farm
be the
before?
judge. Let the viewers judge.
I'm not an ordinary Ghanaian.
Let the
I'm an
viewers
extraordinary
judge.
No, his
Ghanaian.
mind is
But
made
you've
up.
had
He
the
wants to
opportunity-
disrupt
you've had the
the
opportunity
He
to
wants to
speak.
disrupt the show. Allow him.
You've had the
But you
opportunity to
see,
speak, please.
these are the facts. And as a ruling government, we know that we owe so much to the Ghanaian farmer, not just the cocoa farmers, to the Ghanaian farmers.
Don't say it.
And if
Give
you
it to
look
them.
at the
Give
objective
it to
of this
them.
government, it has been clear in terms of our commitment to agriculture acceleration. And that is why I explained earlier that even the 70% FOB price hikes in the midst of Cocoa Board's own liabilities is largely because of the government's plan to invest heavily in the agriculture sector.
Very well. Transport first.
So we know the pulse of the ordinary cocoa farm, and I can assure them, by the next 4 years, under our manifesto promises, a lot of revolution would have happened in the cocoa industry, and real prizes or benefits will begin to accrue to not just the cocoa farmers, to all of us as players in the industry.
Right.
But Nana, to first, I'm happy that when I read the story, the confusion here now is not between government and the GRTT. Am I getting it right?
GRTCC.
GRTCCC. The confusion is not between government and them. The confusion is actually between the GPRTU and that of that organization. That tells you. Because I hear the GPRTU saying that in truth, they've not had any discussions about price hikes.
Yeah.
No. And that for some years now, it is always done in consultation with the Ministry of Transport.
Yes.
And that of the GTRCC. And so for them, this came as a shock in terms of the 20% hikes. That is why we should be interested in the reasons behind this so-called announcement. Because we know that even if you go to the post today, the bills have come down.
Duties on,
Yes.
on spare parts.
Not on spare parts, but in terms of imports generally, it has come down. I cannot say with certainty whether it has a rippling effect on spare parts. That I cannot sit here and pretend.
But generally at the ports,
But
duties
generally
are down.
it comes down. But if it has come down, it means that even the price of those items will be affected in a way. You understand? So even GPRTU is struggling to understand where this is coming from. But as a government, I believe that the minister responsible for transport will engage the GTRCC and seek to understand the motives behind this latest ambush and the decision of the GTRCC to break away from time-tested tradition in terms of announcement of transport fares. Until that is done, I would urge all of us to be cautious in our commentary, and I can assure you that the needed attention would be given to the matter. Discussions would be had with the organization and GPRTU, and we can all see how we would reach an amicable solution to the problem. Because I see it not as an economic challenge. I think that it is more political, this announcement, on the part of the GTRCC. And as a government, it must be our responsibility to be interested in why GTRCC is going the way it is going. It is not about attacks. It is not about critiquing them in a way that is acidic in tone, but most importantly, it is about listening to them, engaging with them. If there's a way we can meet them, why not? We meet them and reach an amicable solution to the problem. Because I feel that it is not just economic challenge. It has more to do with organizational interests. And there's the need for us to get to the bottom of that. And I think that the minister responsible for transport should take this matter seriously.
Very well. He now has a deputy, so...
Yes.
I was the deputy again. Afotofi.
Yes.
Dr. Afotofi.
Yes, Doctor.
All right. A few messages here. Good morning to you and your panel. I always love to have my name, Hamza, and Miracles together on your platform. God bless and unify Ghana. Great morning show. Please, I need Miracles. Hey, Miracles, people are looking for your number. This is Hamza from Tamale.
Oh, they can't reach Hamza. They are your party
They
people.
cannot reach Hamza.
They are your party
This one
people.
says,
They cannot
good
reach
morning,
Hamza.
Channel 1
My
TV.
party
for-
is in power. He's busy.
This one says, good
You are
morning, Channel 1
going for
TV.
M14.
For the first
M14.
time in the
We are
history
just
of
for-
Ghana, cocoa farmers are to demonstrate on Monday for being scammed. Another one says, good morning, Anna. Please let Dennis know that it's very difficult to repair a mess than to build when grounds are good. If the NDC has been able to achieve this within 7 months, we believe there is a lot they can do after the mess is cleared. After all, Dennis said, then NPP don't exist. And if they are not existing, then they must allow the NDC to work. 8 years of failure can be compared to 7 months of little achievement. That's Coco from Spintex. The CD has appreciated, no doubt, but inflation hasn't dropped on grounds. How much is cement? How much is a ball of kenke? How much is lorry fares? We are still buying pure water 50 pesos. So the NDC shouldn't deceive themselves that the country has been better under them. This is Richmond from Asin Fosu. Good morning to the esteemed citizens of Ghana. This is Eric. Psychologically, politics seems to be taking a toll on some individuals. Let's address the current situation pragmatically. We are aware the global market price of cocoa and the dollar exchange rate. The misinformation perpetuated during the MPP's term still haunts us as Ghanaians, and it's a gradual process to overcome these challenges rather than dwelling on blame. We should focus on solving our current problems and building a better future. Interestingly, in Africa, some politicians seem to wish for the failure of opposing governments. This raises questions about the quality of leadership and the true meaning of education in this context. Perhaps the education they often advocate for should begin with self-reflection and commitment to constructive governance. Okay, thank you for your messages. Now, let's move into the issue of demolitions or encroachments at Ramsar sites, wetlands encroachments, and we've seen and heard the Sakumono Antama residents petition His Excellency the President. And we've also had MP for Thomas Central, Charles Forson, advocate for a rezoning. It's what a redesigning and rezoning or re-engineering of the area rather than pulling down these structures. Engineer, technically, is this tenable? Because if it's a waterway, then it's a waterway. Or can we re-engineer the waterway?
I mean, if you look around the world today, the advance of science and knowledge and engineering, almost anything is possible.
Right.
You can put up a whole city above Accra again. The question is, at whose cost? And where are you going to find the money?
Right.
So yes, I mean, the call for re-engineering around the Ramsar site is possible. But at whose cost? Do we allow a few citizens to misbehave and then bill everybody else for their bad choices?
Right.
Those are decisions we have to make. So when I look around the issues about demolition, it again reflects the total loss of control of our cities. And I'll give you a typical example. If you go to Accra now, just move around Accra, you see tricycles, small boys, people under 18 years who have no driver's license, riding tricycles around. Nobody touches them. Nobody says anything. Funeral processions, consistently, they just hijack the road. They are going for funeral procession, and they are walking on the street, occupying the whole street. These are the motorcycle riders. They, without police authority, they ride, they stop traffic, they direct funeral processions. We are losing control of our cities. And these are not things that we should sit down quietly and look at. The police will not do anything. People sit in four-wheel drives, put on lights and expect everyone to give them way in contravention of the road traffic regulations. No one is stopping them. No one is checking them. We are losing control of our cities. Now, when you come specifically to this issue about development on the Ramsar site, we as a country do not just get up and zone. We have laws.
Right.
Currently, we have the Land Use Spatial Planning Authority. They are responsible for zoning in coordination with the district assemblies. So we should not, and zoning should not be done lightly because land is limited. So land use must be managed the most efficient way. So when we decide that, look, at the moment, these are Ramsar sites, these are forest reserves, this is a river body, this is where you must put it, this way. We just don't get up one day because a few people think that, oh, it is in our interest, so let's rezone. No. So please, I disagree completely with that petition that has gone before there, and the president should throw it in the next dustbin. No, let's be serious as a country.
Right.
We can't get up and rezone just because someone, just like changing underwears. No, we don't do that. So we need to hold authorities responsible. Who at lands commission sold the lands to those people or redemarcated and said, look, you can buy this land. These are things that we need to take seriously. We shouldn't let those people go scot-free. We should go back and get to those people who have been put into government positions, take care of our lands, take care of our forest reserves, take care of this. And then they turn around and decide that, look, let's sell it. Let's reparcel it and sell it to a few. First, those people need to be dealt with. Now, the municipal authorities need to be in control of their zones. If you are a municipal chief executive, and what do we see again? It's about rewarding political activists for work done. So we have one power. Let's appoint some people as MCs. They go and sit there without understanding the role. If you look on the map of Ghana and you look at the district assemblies, now we have how many of them? 261.
Yes, I think.
Okay. There is no inch of soil that is not under the control of a certain MCC.
Yeah.
So there's no way development should be going on and an MCC tells you, I don't know about it.
Of it.
Exactly. You understand? Let's get to the basics. Now, we have assemblymen who are supposed to be the eyes and ears of the assembly. So if the MCC himself is not seen, the assemblyman should be able to come and say, hey, we have seen developments going here. Have we issued a permit for this? No. So again, when I hear MCCs come up with the excuse that, oh, we don't have capacity, I say, no, that is a lie. That is a fact that you don't understand your role and what the assemblyman should be doing for you. You should be tasking the assemblyman, is there any new development going on? Point it out. Is there a permit? So the assemblyman should be doing some of these things for the assembly.
Very well.
Now, I think that we should sit down as a country and realize that everything is connected. Roads, rivers, everything. Our space needs to be planned and developed properly. We should not allow a few people to continuously misbehave and then burden the larger society and say, let's go. Look, why are we not solving flooding in Accra? Why are we not the flooding in Accra is transferring to all the major cities. Kumasi, Ho, all the other major cities, Takrady, all of them are getting flooded. Why is it? We should sit down and ask those questions sincerely. It's all because we are not controlling spatial planning and development properly.
Right.
And we need to set up and do that. And the MCCs must be held accountable for some of these failures.
Thank you, Engineer. Dennis, I'll give you 1 minute on this encroachment issue and the wetlands, protecting our wetlands.
Oh.
And don't use it for cocoa.
Now, it's difficult for me to not use it for cocoa.
Don't use it for cocoa.
Because I'm just reading that apparently the CEO for Cocoa Board was making a point about some rollover contracts that were hidden. You know,
we'll find time to discuss.
Which is not true. I've just received.
We'll find time to discuss.
I've just received
that.
a copy
of
the handing over notes, and I think that the CEO should go and take his time and read. But that's what happens if you let almost all the directors in Cocoa Board go and sit at home and you pay them for nothing because you are trying to replace them. I think that those aspects he needs to take his time.
Very well.
For us to, because ultimately the work you do at Cocoa Board should simply, reflect in the pockets of the cocoa farmers, and not to massage your ego. And I think that we need to quickly look at that and fix it. Wetlands. We've had this conversation here severally. Yeah. I've been an MC before, so I don't even know where to take it from or how to look at it. Whatever it is painful for you to bring or you watch a citizen's hard-earned money goes down simply because somebody decided to come back 3 years later or 4 years later to come and do his work. I think it's difficult. There are several things involved, several reasons why this is happening. The negligence on the part of the disassemblies, which for me is just to put it literally. But the reality is that have we created an environment where municipal assemblies are able to really do their work? I come back to it. Let's stop appointing MMDCs. Let's elect them.
All right.
Election of MMDCs holds the secret to dealing with all these municipal challenges.
All right, thank you.
Because Hamza doesn't mind even giving this to me.
Oh, he does. He has something to say.
He hasn't been an
It doesn't
MC
mean that I
before.
don't have anything.
He has something to say.
Were you not here when you said I wasn't a lawyer, so I cannot
Thank
talk
you.
about
Thank you,
law.
I
Dennis.
didn't say that.
Thank you,
So let me check from
I never said
Oh, you still remember?
Oh, yeah.
I never said that.
I wasn't a
You
fact.
haven't been
I never said
you
that.
haven't been an MC before.
I never said that.
Thank you.
It's true,
Thank
I've
you,
never
Dennis.
been an MC.
But let me just make a 30 seconds point. So the reason why I say this is because it's not when you are going to a Bri. You be an MC in a Bri and say that somebody is building a house in a Bri and you are going to stop him. It doesn't matter whether in power or in opposition, you receive calls. Because by the time you go, it is a certain CEO, it is a certain minister, it's a certain desk, and how dare you not comply? Because you are an appointee of the president.
Very well.
And that for me is where the challenge is. All these things we are breaking down. It's not because the assemblies don't see it too. They see. But even locally, the DCs and MCs are afraid of these local rich men.
They've been guarded.
And local big men. Yes, because
Or they are taking bribes.
But you go, the person says, me, I work at the presidency. Or my friend is minister
we need to go. Let me hear from Hamza in a
so
minute.
we should elect MMDCs and this.
Let me hear from Hamza in a
I
minute.
think briefly on what he just said about the Cocoa Board CEO. Nana, it is important for us to put it in context. I don't think that Randy said that it was not part of his handing over notes. No. I listened to him.
Let's not argue.
I listened to him.
Make your point.
He said that until he got to Cocoa Board as CEO, he never knew that this was the kind of liability that was there
that's not what he said.
in terms of the terms of the cross servicing, crop servicing. Crop servicing that they do.
Right.
And he asked even yesterday on another sister station, he asked the host, did you ever hear that government had an outstanding 300,000 cocoa beans that needed to be paid? So he was emphatic. He said when he was briefed, so but that's why until he got there, and that when he had no idea, and that he had sat in this chair for years, he never came across anything like that until he got. He said it twice.
It's not the PR and read the handover notes. It's in the handover notes.
Unfortunately, we have to leave it here. Thank you so much, gentlemen. This has been good. This has been the news review segment on Breakfast Daily. The show continues after this. Don't go away.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness. Ministering live, Perez Music, alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabi Akwe and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557 116 607. That is 0557 116 607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship.
Looking for for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, and Side Hassle.
All right, good morning to you once more. My name is Chris Carter, and this is Breakfast Daily, in case you're just joining us. Of course, you know the show started 7 a.m. with Nana Tufo Boateng, who is actually here with me today. He said hello. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it coming.
Yeah.
That's how Christ is going to come.
Okay, are you ready?
Me, I was born ready.
Wow, okay, that's good. That sounds very good.
Yeah, you remember the story of the virgins?
Yeah.
Who were waiting for the bridegroom. There were 5 wise ones and 5 foolish ones.
Yeah.
The wise ones had extra oil. The foolish ones did not have oil. And that tells you about preparation, right?
Right.
So the oil in there is the Holy Spirit. The bridegroom is Jesus. And then you have to tap into the source. That's God.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, so everyone, Nana is joining me here today because Philip is actually on the ground, which we'll be talking to him later on. But remember that the show is very interactive, so feel free to join in at any time, especially if the conversation actually touches you or you want to contribute to this conversation. All you need to do is use the WhatsApp number on the screen and then send your messages. If you're watching us on YouTube Live, there's a comment section right there in the corner. Leave the comments right there and we will get to read it. In case you want to leave your thoughts, your questions, even your heartfelt messages to your loved ones via Facebook or X, don't forget to use the hashtag Breakfast Daily and we will get to read it. Now, let's get straight into, some reminders. Remember that the Literacy Challenge Level 2 is actually in the corner, and this is going to be happening this Saturday. If you watched us on Monday, we actually announced the 50 contestants from across the country. Now, they will be moving to Level 2. Level 2 is the aptitude test, and the aptitude test is going to be taking place at the British Council this Saturday from 12 o'clock. So do well to get there before 12 o'clock noon. All right, the Literacy Challenge Level 2, and it's all about the aptitude test. Remember that this is brought to you by Channel 1 TV and City 97.3 FM. A very big thank you to our sponsors, Belmo and GB Assessment. And also we have the This is Ghana exhibition. The This is Ghana exhibition is one exhibition you should be excited about, especially if you're a local SME, startup, homegrown business, innovation, and indigenous corporate body, and you want Ghana and the world to know what you offer as a business, as a product, or as a service. This is that big platform that is going to help you showcase what you have to Ghana and the world. It's going to be happening at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park from the 6th to 7th of September 2025, 10 a.m. each day, and you definitely do not want to miss this. Like I always say, if you snooze, you will lose. So the best thing for you to do is call the number for registration and also pay for a spot. And the number to call is 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973.
All right. Yeah, I think you can just carry the news along with you. It's quite easy, quite simple. The interface is user friendly and it's quite simple to access. So go onto the Google Play Store, pick up your Android phone, your tablet, or whatever. Go onto the Google Play Store and download the Channel One News app, and just be updated, stay updated. It's quite easy to access. Download the app onto your phones and then keep the news in your pocket, literally. You understand? Wherever you go, you've got the news with you. In case you hear something and you want to verify, just pick up your phone and zoom in straight into the Channel One News app, and you can get all the updates. Of course, verified, reliable, and credible information only on the Channel One News app.
Right. Now, let's get into the trends. And you must be asking, what is trending? Well, if you were on social media last night, Iyoko has been trending together with Shatta Wale.
Yep.
And one must be wondering, why is Iyoko and Shatta Wale's name in the same sentence? You should be hearing dance hall and Shatta Wale.
Music
Iyoko
and Shatta Wale.
maybe politicians.
You understand?
But this is, it's quite different. Well, let's break it down to you. So, Iyoko, or Ghana Economics and Organized Crime Office, acting on a 2023 request from the FBI and U.S. Justice Department, actually conducted a lawful search at the Trazaco Valley home of musician Charles Niama, aka Shatta Wale, and seized a 2019 Lamborghini Urus that was in his possession. Well, the vehicle has been linked to financial crimes committed by Nana Kwabena Amoah, who is currently serving an 86-month sentence in the U.S.
So that's what, about 7 years?
Yes.
Yeah, that's about 7 years.
Yes. And though Shatta Wale pleaded for the seizure to remain private to protect his brand, he voluntarily surrendered the car, which is now in Iyoko's custody. And I quote, "I'm a third party involved with this car. I do not know any Nana Kwabena Amoah." In a TikTok live video, in response to the ongoing situation, Shatta Wale actually denies alleged involvement in any criminal enterprise that acquired his Lamborghini Urus through the proceeds of crime. He apparently did not want the seizure of the Lamborghini made public. Reason being, it was an integral part of his brand. And you know what's ironic? As I'm reading this, and they're saying that he didn't want everything to be in public, he sort of like went on social media again. He now broke it. Like, we didn't even know anything about it.
So that's what I'm saying. And you see, here's what people are missing. You know, the search was not yesterday.
Exactly.
It was in June.
It was in June.
Yes. Read the Iyoko letter again. It was in June. The request came in 2023. The FBI request was in 2023. And the letter says in June this year. You get it? So now I'm wondering, Shatta broke it on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it sounded like it was a fresh search.
Like something that happened 2 days ago.
Then Iyoko releases this letter telling us that the search was in June and they were acting on a 2023 request by FBI and the Justice Department of the United States. And then also it grants him the room and the permission and the luxury and whatever word you want to describe it to submit the car himself. So now I'm wondering, is he special than others?
Exactly.
We've seen people arrested in Rambo style. We've seen houses raided, cars and motorbikes sent to people's houses. You get it?
Yeah.
But I mean, then again, this is Charles Niama Mensah. This is Shatta Wale.
Well, he brought it
and
upon
we
himself.
know him.
Yeah.
And we also know that he has ordered another Lamborghini. It's just hype.
Right.
And if it's hype, what's Yoko's role in this?
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not clear cut. But Iyoko's letter is telling us that he's been identified as a person of interest in an ongoing investigation.
Right.
And so he will be invited together with another person.
Right.
We want to see how it will play out.
And talking about him, bringing this out to the public, he actually was on X yesterday, one handle called Fire Stick. He was on their space yesterday, and he said, Iyoko treated me like a murderer. They even came with guns just to retrieve a car. I waited 3 months, they swapped ownership names, interrogated me terribly. I'm not even taking the car again. Maybe I should have gone to Butchre or Adisco instead.
Wow. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot more questions than there are answers.
Yeah.
And so let's just keep an eye on the space and see how it plays out.
Right. And another one, we saw it yesterday on our platform too. ShopRite to stop operations in Ghana and Malawi. So the South African giant grocery store, ShopRite, intends to close its operations in Ghana.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it's a bit sad, but at the same time, it also gives room for Ghanaian businesses to also,
Yeah, well, but you see, they also employ Ghanaians.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but then there's history to it. Game was here, also from South Africa, right?
Yeah.
They've also packed and left. South Africa is leaving. ShopRite is leaving, not only Ghana, but Malawi.
Yeah.
It gives an indication that they are closing down operations.
Right.
Within a certain space in Africa.
Yeah.
You might say West Africa and its environs and all that. But I mean, there are various reasons that can account for this. I mean, they are paying rent in dollars.
True.
There's a high cost of rent. And if patronage is not seen, if there's not a conducive environment to thrive, of course, every good business person will pack out.
Yeah.
But I'm also hearing somewhere that there's an offer somewhere. And so, yes, let's follow the trends. Perhaps we'll find out what the real reason is for which ShopRite is leaving Ghana. But I know a great many Ghanaians will be disappointed.
Yes, yeah.
Because there are a lot of people who shop from there. Then, of course,
We
there are
all do.
Ghanaian staff.
Yeah.
You do, eh?
I do.
Oh, okay.
You
That's
don't?
nice. That's why you people don't feel the change in prices. Because you people, you do grocery shopping. We will buy from provision store.
No, sometimes you don't even realize that the grocery shopping is actually cheaper than the provision store. Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, Davia can negotiate too.
We still love all the Davies, actually. Shout out to the Davies in my area.
Yeah.
I still love you. Anyway, that's it for the trends. But now it's time for us to check out the video of the day.
See, share rights. You talk say you are coming. Now you tell me say no meat. When I go chop jollof with egg. They will chop you with egg. See that cooler now meat full inside. You want kind of? I go jam your cooler. You see how they play with jollof. You know how much of where? You know where the drive come from? Never see anything. Now Ketra you be, you not be God. Waiting. Share rights. You talk say you are coming. Now you tell me say no meat. When I go chop jollof with egg. They will chop you with egg. See that cooler now meat full inside. You want kind of? I go jam your cooler. You see how they play with jollof. You know how much of where? You know where the drive come from? Never see anything. Now Ketra you be, you not be God. Waiting.
Africa, now where did we go? Who cares that?
Well,
who cares that? What is this?
And you know one thing I like about this video is the multi-dimension, aspect of the video. First of all, what we are looking at is the impossible happening.
Yes.
And and the voice under it is talking about jollof. So this guy is arguing with the kitchen. I said, share rice, you they argue with me.
This is serious. What does that mean? So the container has to be moved.
Yeah.
Perhaps we do not have money to pick a truck to move the container.
Yeah.
But I have a bike. And so I'll put wheels under the container and I'll wheel it away.
Yeah.
Smart guy. But it's such indiscipline.
It's indiscipline, but it could be men in science. Like how we have women
it's
in...
It's a recipe for disaster.
Women in tech. This is men in science.
There's no men in anything. This is a recipe for disaster. You can't even see behind you.
No, but this is...
So how do you know what is happening behind you?
This is actually how some inventions started,
Yeah, right.
make some mistakes and then you get it right.
Not
You never
this
know.
type
This
of
person will
mistake.
wake up one day and invent something that can carry containers.
This person.
This person.
We are sharers.
All right, we're not going to be sharing rice, but
Yeah.
we're going to be going into our communities right now. All right, so what do we have, Nana?
Yeah, so this morning we're going back to the roads, okay? The roads issue seems to not want to go away. And you can understand, because if you're constructing the road and you leave it in a certain state, clearly there's nature that's also going to have its toll on the roads. So we've experienced some rains in the recent past few days, and it's having a serious toll on the Swarmo of Fanko Pokwase stretch. And so that's why Philip is not here and I'm seated in his chair. He is there on the ground and he's going to bring us up to speed with exactly what the issue is. We can see how the water is stagnated on the road, making it difficult for vehicles to navigate the road. And clearly this is going to result in traffic congestion, and the build-up is going to be crazy. So I think we can go to the grounds now and speak to Philip. He's somewhere around the Kuntunse area. Let's find out what the situation is there. Hello, Philip. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and thank you to our viewers as well, and also Chris Carter. Today I'm joining you live from the grounds on the Otfanko and Soham Highway, specifically at Kuntunse. You know, this road situation has been in the news for a very long time. The residents along this road have embarked on a number of demonstrations to ask the government to fix the road. The road is a 33.4 kilometer stretch on both sides, which spans from Ofankor through to Nsawam Junction. And when you are coming from Ofankor to somewhere Pokwase, the road has been fixed. There's more trouble. But the problem starts from Pokwase through to Nsawam. And you can see behind me heavy duty vehicles or long trucks heading towards Nsawam. And if you are thinking of going to work today, or you are coming back from home, I'm sure people in this community often would have to use alternative roads, because not just the fact that the road is in a deplorable state. Now the bigger problem is that now that the rains are in, it's brought a big problem on this road. Vehicles that ply the stretch are not able to freely move along or on the road, coupled with the fact that a number of the heavy duty vehicles or the long trucks are broken down, which is causing gridlock on the stretch. Yesterday we saw a video on social media where people were complaining because there was a downpour, and the Satellite Junction side, which is ahead of me, is where another problem is. And you can tell from where we are standing right now at Kuntunse that the vehicle or the heavy trucks cannot easily move, because the satellite part of the road is in a very deplorable state, which is having a toll on vehicular movement here on the stretch. Nana, where I'm standing is one of the footbridges of this project on the project, specifically at Kuntunse. I'll move down to the road proper, where we would have conversation with some of the drivers, residents, people who stay around all that, to find out from them what really the issues are and what challenges they are facing on this road. You can see in the shots there, it's so clear that these individuals are bearing the brunt of a very deplorable road.
But Philip,
the roads minister has given. Hear you.
Sorry, Philip. Just before you go, I mean, this footbridge is high up, but I don't see any guardrails on the other side.
Come again?
I'm asking about the metal railings that serve as protection for pedestrians on the footbridge. What has happened to
exactly?
them?
So
even
with the construction of the footbridge, they aren't done. You know, the project has stalled for some time. It has stalled for months, and the residents here are complaining that this project should be completed. So some of the footbridges you would see along the stretch have been completed, Others say 50 to 60% complete. Others totally not completed. And it's also another problem on the stretch. You know, the project has about 10 to 15 footbridges and also an interchange at Amasaman. Another one to underpass also at Sawam, and another one to at Ofanko. So we are monitoring all these things to see whether what the government said that is going to be done on this project, whether it's ongoing or not. You know, the contractors have also been complaining for a number of times that this particular project has stalled because of finances. And if we are looking at it from that level, they are asking that the government makes available some funds. The question is, the government has stated that it has made available about 400 million Ghana cedis for the payment. But the question is, has the money gotten to the contractors yet? If yes, we would have to find out from the contractors. If no, we will still have to find out from the contractors. But we are walking down the footbridge to find the situation downstairs or beneath the footbridge and engage some of the drivers and also residents who live around this particular stretch. Find out from them how this has been a bother to them. Looking at the fact that there is always gridlock on this stretch, and if you are moving from Accra to say in Koko to the eastern region to Ashanti region, it's a very big problem, and you would have to stay in this traffic for a very long time before you get to your destination.
Yeah, Philip.
Another big problem also is if.
Yeah, Philip, before you continue, I just wanted to ask, I see people walking on that footbridge. Is it open?
I don't think so.
To use yet, or people are just trying to find their ways by using it?
And if it's not open, what's the alternative?
Well, the contractors haven't given their go-ahead whether it's open for usage or not. But the fact that people see that it's partially opened, definitely they will be using this footbridge. Mind you, the stretch is a 10-lane stretch. It's a 10-lane road. So they would want to protect themselves by using the footbridge cross to the other side of the road. But let me engage a resident here who stays along the road and find out from him what he's observed on this road, looking at the fact that now we are in the rainy season and also drivers, people or motorists who ply the stretch are always bearing the brunt of the gridlock. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
I trust you're doing well.
Oh, good.
What's your name?
My name is David.
David?
Yeah, David.
What? You stay here?
Yeah, I stay here, but I don't hear. My language is not good, so I can't speak Chi.
Okay, then feel free. Roadway, then I walk around. See, I'm not sure. Tony, you won't say, traffic to me, see what so. When I take her, boy, and come here.
Oh, Master, you reach out with BBI or share me or TS issue, so you David. Because Sena road look on road in India. Because in Dram, person me ko Jumano. Me 54, me ko do Jumano na about 12. Because road in India, because punches of form biya kasa because about road no. Ufi akra eba ubesi wa masama. Ansa na oba do fie no. Omega so road ni nche, ombetwa mo ho amasama, no masa akwa akra because of road ni ntino. Enti because once say my person me dware me yam tutu. I say my dwen yam tutu say me ko edwuma na say ma me ko edwuma because of road ni ntino. Me jana kwa ho sa me nyaka. Enti road ni ntina ye to aba no because omo hwe mo boa ye because on say na traffic e wa ha no. Because someone stop inside the area, e be dey akwa edwuma. Because road ni ntina ye to aba no. Road into Israel by now, say present in some wins or best of a problem. My because we drive some Mukasa say, answer number free a crab ban, our Mecono, a boo honma, or when I do what we be an Omukana say, a boo muko fitting shop, Yama Kokoto can whom Yaman boy. Because I want to be Kala because some of you was a muy lol fest, a muy lol fest. Also, Mukan say, be my problem because of a road in Tino. And tell more Mukasano. And that's an original Ufi, a crab ever do a massa Mahanma. Original says open home car, abedufi. Original horse for 3 hours, as an Obanya can have ready. And they do hon, say, also Miss Soris here, and I'm semi Johnny Kojumana. And I just a Nati Efiako Sapema, as a Manaka. You never just said the one Kojuma. I never Kojuma. Road into Kojuma. Road into me and Kojuma. Because I do horns and I do house as a blue man for some who said, because you must have a comedy man. One of them, I'm a Sky, I'm a 30 and 80.
So you heard that from David. He has stated that he wasn't able to go to work because of the deplorable
what
nature
does he do?
of
What
the
does he
road.
do?
And two, the fact that David, oh yeah, Jumabeng.
AC.
Okay, so he fits or fixes AC, that's air conditioner and all that. But oh yeah, why Juma na so ye mobi?
They will be master. Inti megasa mi yem obi ejuma na me. Obi ejuma. Me kukruma na me. Because of anything, me friend parents because of traffic in it. Me ntimi amba. Inti me check across traffic ni ba for man, me nyaka no ma si mo aba abaye ejuma man.
So you heard that from David. Nana, he's answered a question saying that though he's a master of his own, he also engages a business where he has a place he deals with in Accra, and moving to that particular place is a challenge because of the nature of the road. He says that even if they bought the vehicle from Accra, the drivers decide to return at Amasaman because they cannot continue from Amasaman through to Insaman because of the deplorable nature of the road. Let me speak to another resident here. Your friend was saying?
My friend me Kate.
Kate today.
Don't have Mama Kate.
Mama Kate.
Oh, me kodra. They be a me kodra. But no, I say me go find your man for Accra. Me be do Amasama 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock me do fear 9:30. Me nyaka. Kia pona fa almost say gumu na yedi me ka refri kia no ye nya bi ka ni ma omo drama sama o ma 10 wo no mo ko enu omo se wo konsa o ma 20 cedis instead of 6 cedis and this service
Amasaman to Isawa
Amasaman to Isawa ya 65 obi mo di service cedis but yes almost o ma di 20 cedis
from 65 and 7 cedis to 20 cedis
to 20 cedis o fra na wa gina ho enu omo gi ye nti kwan ni nye wa wo hwe kwan ni nye ye bre and I can't Ghana for Ubia. I'm who ya more, but I can't in your bro. But I bet if you cannot win in Iowa. And one Yama make off fire, so much Yamani 20 city, Miakasa 20 city, and I mean Bedu Amasama. Amasama 200 and also 40 cities as I'm Bedu fee. It's too much in Tia Pamucho, Mumwa, and a quantity of brepa. What do we need Shimwa? Omunjai some way Juma Panis on how many months, how many years? Oh, me almost 30 and I said 2 years a crab. 2 years ago, we started some way crying. Oh, my true crying, yeah, but me made it free and I'm halfway. Yeah, we are halfway. But I said, no, my training in our touch and what's what came crab a biobagina bass of cry at touch. Who in a beata, or shall me not grab sauce because of me, could ya minyaka, make a crab bass of minyaka, and I'm Miss Abbey Fee, Begina still. It's a easy bread until Muya Moboya Pamucha. Why, one of the Ambercono Ashay.
So you've heard from Kate. Kate is also saying the same thing, that it's become a big of a problem here because she's not able to go about her day-to-day activities even in town, and for that what she is even doing is a big problem for her. She goes to work in town, though she sells, so she brings the goods from town and all that. And the bigger problem is that boarding vehicle from Amasaman to Isawam should be around 6 cities, 50 pesos or 7 Ghana cedis. But now it is 20 Ghana cedis because of the deplorable nature of the road. I'll still want to speak to other people and find out from them how the challenge is and all that. But Nana, this is what you can see on the road. We are moving to the road proper for you to see the gridlock on the stretch, possibly engage 1 or 2 drivers and find out from them how it is when they are driving on the stretch and the challenges they face as drivers on this road. Fortunately, we have a motorist here who is willing to speak to us. Hello, madam. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome to Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. What's your name?
I'm Yahus, yeah.
What do you have to say about this road?
A lot. But you can see for yourself. You cannot go, you cannot come. Market is not moving because of the road. So you don't know what to do.
How often do you drive on the road?
About 20 times a day because I do business on the road. So you have to go and come.
And this road has been in this bad nature for how long?
I think almost 5 years old.
We can see contractors on board doing work.
Where are they? Can you show me one? Because I can't find them. Where are they? Show me one, even one worker. Oh, Charlie, leave them.
Thank you. Grateful. So you can tell it all from the way she's spoken, the frustration and all that. It's so obvious that she is bothered about the fact that the road is in a deplorable state. It's affecting economic activities here. It's affecting the lives of people here. It's affecting motorists moving about their day-to-day activities. And it's just serious that even the bigger trucks get to sort of park on the stretch because they are sports. They cannot go ahead with the movement. It's just so difficult. You can see a vehicle right now turning. Even this one belongs to Maripoma, but they are turning because of the gridlock on the stretch. And from this place through to Satellite is even in a very deplorable state. We saw the videos on social media, and it didn't really paint the good nature of the road. The road is in a very deplorable state. But let me speak to this gentleman here. Road no then our kafa.
Road ni dia fiti amasama besi kon sawom ni nyina enye o. Fiti da on be dri road ni somba we nyina ya bre okwan no so sa besi ne. Okwan ni nye portos. Isi oto sisi ana ha nyina choki. Cars ni nko ebimba. Traffic 11 to 12 nyina cars wo han to mi nko fie. Okwan ni dia bre wo ho pa.
Uchi okada wa ha nti obeka ka say oh as uchi okada ne e ma onya sika
ekwan ni ti sisi adwuma nko bio ba first na ekwan no normal ni de adwuma ko ba sisi ade the way ekwan na ni ti obi a mpie enko
So apparently the passengers in the vehicle they want to talk, but it looks like the church driver doesn't want to stop because it looks like they have said it over and over again concerning the deplorable nature of the road. But let me just finish with this gentleman, then we'll move to somebody else. In Sisiana road nete say no daben na omuja is omoye project na contractors no like they stop the project.
Oh, be 2-3 months ni still I am hushi. Se ko na expect say o on be ba na o ma be to aso. Ba ya yeti rumors ni say on be ba abeye ba still omumba. Na the way I didn't tell no problem ne wo no ane wo. Until like yesterday say on be kwan no mai.
What did he say?
David. I'm a woman.
Okay, so that is David, another David who is also talking to us about the nature of the road. It's so obvious that people do not want to speak about the nature of the road because they feel that they've spoken a lot about the road. But another side to the coin is that the Roads and Highways Minister, Governor Kwame Agboja, just this last month held a press conference and he gave an assurance that the government is putting everything in place to ensure that the contractors will move back on site and get the road more travel. But let me engage this driver briefly and speak to him and find out from him what the challenges he is facing on this road. Eja, I saying road no, then I'll come.
Road ni dia e kwan no enja maye minua. Ya ho chire pa.
Maybe I'll pass.
Me fast me dey hala me bridge na so me taxi driver.
We a taxi driver wa ha. Ada uchi from me fa coin fa.
The Kwara State in Kwara State and Damas too.
How many years now are you ha?
Oh, almost about 15 years now.
15 years ago, ni se sia Osha road na sana isi na you say contractors no omo year road ni bibia. Now so 15 years ago na yesi sia na say sia na yesi 15 years ago.
Mom dear. Na ko mo wie man ya. Na 15 years ago na nye. Be say omo so omo sie no so enkoso. Ntama ho kira ba.
Omo catch omo so mo pause na say that now fast de bia hu contractors mo.
Contractors is bind omo ka.
Sana contractors catch you.
On some do omo ka.
Sa. It's uchi from Amasaman Eko in Sawama. Who contractors no so.
Obi ani su contractor bi ani kwan say.
Say what's more the ma aban den.
Omo den. Now the baby anya ne kura no. Omo sese ho man.
Pa na enye.
Say baby tokro ati da kwan ni. Pot was wo mu. Nti se nso no to na kata so a udima utoma asamaba.
Ya odini say.
The from Alex Apia Dankwa.
Alex Apia Dankwa, yeah, that's it. So that's Alex Apia Dankwa also stating his side of the issue, saying that the road is in a very deplorable state, and as we can all see, the road is in a very deplorable state, and he plies his trade here, not far from where we are standing, and with that, he is appealing to the authority to, as well as a matter of urgency, maybe allocate some funds or get the contractors to move onto the stretch and get the road fixed. And Nana, is that also dangerous that you would want to move on the road and also conduct some interviews? Because when the drivers get a chance to drive on the stretch, they are like we are tired, so they want to drive on. They want to speed on the stretch and all that. Some of the drivers are also registering their displeasure by just telling us what it is, and they just move on without wanting to speak to us and all that. And it's just challenging on this road. And you can see this pickup or this Kia truck. The man obviously doesn't want to speak to us because it looks like he's even annoyed with the whole system, and he has used this stretch for a very long time. Philip, but this is the problem here on the Ofankor Esom Highway. Philip, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, so if there's a heavy downpour right now, is there like great drainage system for the waters to drain? Or they are going to be facing the same gridlock and also, lack of the drainage system?
Come again with that question.
I said if there's a heavy downpour right now, is the drainage system okay to drain the waters?
Another big problem, Koye, if you can put the shot on this drain, you can tell that even the drain is shocked because you can find in there silt and you can find stones in there. So using this particular drain, if it drains, at a point it's going to get choked here, which you can see. So the water is on the road, which is also another big problem for motorists who use this stretch. And they're also complaining that even if they are light, getting somewhere to even stand is a very big problem. So Chris, as you can see in the shots there, the place, even the drain is choked because this is construction, and we are hoping that at least the government will do something about it to get the projects completed on time, stating that it has disbursed some 400 million Ghana cedis to contractors. It's obvious that the contractors move on the stretch quickly, but as to when the contractors move on the stretch, we are yet to know. Not long ago, there was a collation on this particular road. They embarked on a demonstration asking the government to fix the road, asking the authorities to fix the road. And also, you saw that the MP for the area, that is Sedem Apenyo, coming out to receive a petition so that to compel the government to fix the road. But as to how it's going to be done, how quick it's going to be done, we are yet to find out. I'm saying, okay.
Meko satellite.
Says what here?
Mentia, me ejuma.
We ejuma. It's debia oba. Road no at the same.
Very bad. Enye. Yango kwa kwa. We deep just be most what chairman san be 1 hour. Yeah. Better denta.
Denta. Into fia denta ba hadibia. Into what how many hours ne fia denta ba hadibia?
Before road near there be a match be 45 minutes and until be 1 hour be there. We do that.
But see na road no.
Yeah.
What how many hours they do?
For say most 2 hours. Yeah, 50. Pokwa say 2 I had there. Enye.
Na coffee back so no so to say.
And also the same thing. South Africa also the same thing.
Na road no say ya say contractors no be back to projects no. Omba be adwuma ni bibia. Odi we ni hwemu a say na ho road no say sia na asa bibia ye basa no. What is your word to the government? What is your word to the contractors? Now that they are saying that they want to come on the project, looking at the fact that government would have to make some financial commitment.
Let me tell you something. I can't say about any fiti pokwasi to have no contractor. Obi eniso. Serious obi eniso. So faka eko. So bon ibi a camp was to say ejuma kwa. Obi eniso. Ono ejuma so obi asu ni o. Me ma tete so me ba. Ba obi amai. Ene nyina ebre. Sha road we omo ye mache. Oh mache. I want you. You know the reason why, but I want you. What did he say? The Kojo Frimpong. Thank you so much, Kojo Frimpong. You can tell he's really actually giving short answers because maybe he's had enough of it. He doesn't want to really talk a lot about it. But let's speak to our father here. Eja, wakasa bro. No, we know. What's the problem? What's the problem at the front? What's the problem at the front?
The front view, the water says people are not going, people are not coming. The cars are not coming, the cars are not going. The water block road for the water block the cars. You can go there and check it. Just from there come here. You understand? Just go there.
Nana, so it looks like we would have to go to. We have to move ahead of us. We will try our best and get there, even looking at the traffic that is there, but we try our best and get there. But meanwhile, that is the problem on this road, looking at the fact that the issue on this road is nothing to write home about. Commuters are bearing the brunt, drivers are bearing the brunt, everybody, residents are bearing the brunt, and we will be receiving a lot more rains in the coming days, and maybe the contractors would have to move onto site and get the work done immediately. Now we are not having issue of dust on the road anymore, but issue of mud on the road. And it looks like what has to be done right now by the authorities is to get the road in shape, is to make the road more travel, so that if you are moving to Kumasi, you are moving to Nkoko, you are moving to Achim Setre, you are moving to Suhum, and all the areas that you would have to use this road to, it's going to be easy for them. I'm sure even on weekends it will be a very big problem because people would be moving to these areas I just mentioned for funerals, for events and all that. So Nana, we'll be joining the vehicle very soon, and we'll be going to the satellite side of the road to find out exactly what really is there, and looking at the fact that the residents here are saying that we should move there, we should get to the place, we should go and see it for ourselves. The fact that there is water on the road blocking people from moving, creating gridlock on the stretch and all that, we would want to move our cameras there and see it for ourselves and bring you that feed.
Very well, Philip. Thank you so much. We'll be expecting it. We'll be looking forward to that so we can do a proper assessment of that area as well. And of course, appreciate what really the condition is and what can be done to help salvage that situation. Imagine you have to go to work under these circumstances. Quite challenging, quite difficult. You get to work tired. And I don't know how you're going to be productive under such conditions. I mean, it's just crazy that a journey that would have taken you less than 45 minutes is now taking you about 2.5 hours because the road is not good. And you see, there's also the cost implication, one, on the drivers, the vehicle owners, because this is definitely going to increase their vehicle maintenance cost. You go one trip, that's in and out, your back and your ends are broken, your lower arm is gone, your shaft is crying, and you have to go to Abusokai. Now, the man at Abusokai does not know you because he has also paid import duties. And so he's not sitting there to sympathize with you. He's there to make sales. For which reason he is going to call his price, and the best he can do is negotiate a little bit of a discount. You get it? So there's the cost for the driver and the vehicle owner regarding vehicle maintenance, okay? Then there's the cost burden on the commuter or the passenger himself, because it will get to a point that the driver will tell you that, well, this is the fixed rate by the GPRTU or whichever union, but the reality is that if I take you to where it is you're asking me to take you to, I might come back with the broken shocks or whatever, and so I am going to calculate that cost in addition to your transport cost and place that same burden on you. So you find out that, as the lady earlier mentioned, the journey that would have cost originally between 6 cedis and 7 cedis is now costing them 20 Ghana cedis.
You know, and I'm just thinking, about everyone going to work, will your employer understand that it's due to some traffic? Especially if you have a strict employer or, a place where you have to be at work at a certain time, or a position where you have to be at work at a certain time to actually do your duties. This is so pathetic.
It's difficult. It puts both the employer and the employee in a difficult position because you see, if I am the employer, I'm looking at all my employees, right? I cannot make special concessions for you.
Exactly.
You get it. And there's work to be done. You have your KPIs. There's work to be done. And if it's to be done at a certain time, then you being late as a result of the poor nature of your road, I don't know for how long I can tolerate that. You understand? It shouldn't be at the detriment of my business. Because if the business is run down, then both of us are unemployed.
Right. And thinking about detrimental situations, I think also spending so much time on the road just to get to work or just to get home, it's not healthy for anybody.
It's such a drain on your mental health.
It's not healthy for anybody.
Health, your emotional
Let's
health.
think about it. Even us that come, you live in Tema. I would call my place sometimes Tema, sometimes.
Right.
Coming all the way to work sometimes, it takes you about 40 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes. That's if you leave early. But if you don't leave early, obviously an hour. So imagine those that stay, like we get tired from that ride. So imagine those that are going to be sitting in the car for 2 hours.
2 hours. That's what I'm asking.
2 hours.
I'm not sure what my contribution will be at work.
I don't know. I will be
I'm
so
going to
tired.
find some watching when I get there and go and sleep because this is going to be too much stress. And imagine riding in a rickety trotro on this road. You see, plenty of people are having waist problems and they don't know what is causing it. But this is a major cause. So, I mean, the road is creating more problems than something that is expected to solve a problem has ended up creating more of a problem. And I'm asking myself that with road construction, as we have seen in previous times, should the entire stretch have been destroyed, or what was the plan? Did we know? Because I'm in maybe my projects are small, so I'm able to budget for the entire project at a go and execute them. But I'm thinking that a project of this magnitude, Philip mentioned is it 36.4 kilometer stretch, 10 lanes, all put together. And I'm saying if the funding is not readily available, why destroy the entire stretch? Couldn't we have done, say, okay,
let's do one lane.
Let's do, if we're going to do 10 lanes, right? Let's do 10 kilometers of the 10 lanes. Based on the budget we have. Okay? Or, I don't know, maybe the experts can call in and share with us how it's done. Because perhaps maybe a highway construction or road construction of this nature, you have to go the entire stretch. But in my thinking, that's a layman's thinking. I'm no technical person. I'm no expert when it comes to construction. And so this is just my layman's thinking. In order to create some leeway for the commuters on the stretch, because I am sure and convinced that the road was in a particular state that was at least motorable before it was put in this state to make room for construction. So I'm asking that, say, if it's starting from or Fanko or wherever to Nsawam, could we have done some 5 kilometers, then we move and do another 5 kilometers? Could we have done it in phases? Does it technically make sense? Is this something that could have been done? I think we need some education on that.
Well, it would be nice for someone to tell us though, but I really think in everything you do, there should have been a bit of space for forecasting. You understand? I think those that are contracting it know that, okay, if we're going to look at this thing, this is what will happen if we do this. It's just simple forecasting. If you do A, this is the outcome that you are going to get. If this does not happen by this time, this is what will happen. So I think there should have been a little bit of forecasting. So
and these are engineers, these are technical people. And I am sure, like what they call the feasibility studies would have been done even before they embark on the construction. So they will know the place, the topography, and what all other things that they are dealing with. And so plans should have been made. A similar situation was recorded recently in Ashaiman. The minister asked that they make the place more trouble for commuters while they continue with their construction. Go there and see now. They've made it more trouble. That means it can be done. It can be done. For me, my worry is that the state in which we are keeping it while we wait for whatever funding or debt or arrears that is owed us to be paid makes it difficult for road users to ply the road. And so when it rains, it is collecting the rainwater. And so you are seeing pools on the road and vehicles are struggling to navigate this road. So now you are delaying all of us. You are spoiling our cars. You are hurting us physically, emotionally, mentally. And we are even losing money. Just like a gentleman said, he was unable to go to work because even accessing a vehicle to transport him to work is a different matter on its own.
Yeah, apparently, I mean, I'm even checking if there's room for forecasting in road construction. There is. It said forecasting actually helps engineers, planners, and even policymakers anticipate challenges that will happen.
Exactly. So what room did we create for this particular stretch?
I don't.
Because I think it's long overdue. It's been way too long. And imagine you have to use this would have been the best route to Kumasi.
Wait, these are actually pickups, and it looks like the pickups are actually drowning too. So imagine saloon cars going through that flood that we are seeing right now.
You wouldn't dare. Anyways, we're still standing by to speak to Philip. He's still on the stretch. He's moving now to the satellite area.
Did you see the lady? The lady
yeah, she's put rubber on her shoes. Desperate times, and of course, there she is tying it up.
Oh my.
Okay. Okay, so perhaps she's got into a destination so she can take it off.
I hope Philip is going to do the same thing too, because
Philip is probably wearing some expensive shoes right now.
Yeah, so I hope he's also has some plastic bags on standby.
He should look for some. He's probably wearing some Clark's boots or something. Definitely they are going to be destroyed. Anyways, well, we're still waiting to speak to him, but this is the situation we're having to deal with. Just a few minutes of rains and vehicles are unable to move. Philip is joining us again. Hello, Philip. Thank you so much for joining us again. So where are you now? And let us understand what the situation there is. Is this where the actual bottleneck is?
I'm a satellite. I'm a satellite junction.
Right.
And I can tell you that what the people were telling me that move forward. That is where the problem is true. And as you can see, this is more than a dam. I don't know whether the one village, one dam. We have one of the dams here.
This
is more than a dam. And before a vehicle, maybe this is the Accra version of one village, one dam. And
there's one city, one dam.
Will move through this. You understand? Before a vehicle will move through this, just imagine the number of vehicles behind it. And looking at how slow this vehicle is moving, it tells you that the gridlock here during peak hours will be very intense. Will be very intense. But I have with me some drivers here. They apply their trade here. They have been seeing it every day here. Eja, if I was saying,
you're from Kofi Mensah.
Kofi Mensah.
Yeah.
Some chikawa ha.
Yeah, mechanic or actual.
Road near the new now so then I'm more kafa.
Where dear, me asamono a call President Mahama Street. Say, Onya agrona wodino. I say, Odi agro. Now no yanti akra say, Omama contractor ska. Contractor no say contractor no when him this kama no mama ye adwuma no. Hwe akwan e ka nko a wo de ka na obebo ka wa gosa hwe nsu eda hwi. Hwe kwan am nam. Omunya agro na omuni edi no sabi aba na eto ye no sabi ye mo odam ene ye kotena wo se ye to aba ma omo ye nipa se no mu ye nipa na kwanya no manya ene omu di anim enti se ato aba ma omo na se omo bakuro no mu aba be ye adwuma na se agro we no mu di ama ye dia ye da omo ase omo no mo yiri no mma no mu kodi ye de ye empress ya hwe kwa we se basa ufia na wo ko amasaman e betima take 2 hours na unu amasaman na ufia amasaman ba settle jansa 2 hours na unu hanom ade boni ben na Ghana for yaye ana masa masi me de onya agro na wodie no
nti contractors omo jai so mo ye adwuma wo so na how many months
bro ba ko be say 2 months ni a omo fi so kra first grabo de na omo short be hu se bia miensa no mo gina ha asa omo ye bi nkete ana afa de omo firi akra de be say 2 months ni de o unhu nipa ba akra mpo ha se o ba kwan so ba be ye adwuma hwe nkoso bi
o be bisa we senesi hamo
Ohini ha empa na ohwe ka kase mpo no a ontimi mfa nsuo mi na ka keto ahwe wachi onso obi da ne ho ho because nsuo no ontimi mfam enti wo de kase ono nkwa na eba yi ohwe akire enti kasa he na di akire a omo ba ana kire say emeka say ufi amasama eba ha say enka any less than 5 minutes drive but ubedi more than 2 hours na unu settle junction
ansa no obedu amasama
asa obedu amasama because but ka kwa ni dem anu 5 minutes mpo but ukwe 2 hours na unu amasama wa hwe wan kasa fa hwe wachi see anet ye
hwe wachi
anye traffic no do ye o wa onim no ye do fa afiafiem wura ntokotokro no mu saa say wonama tokro ba bia no tokro ba bia no na say ka na ebi nam ho
odin di say
ye from confiance
me da but my no mon komo ekwan no me won say woni afi o tai twi ka wo so ne say na ekwan no osi hu no se sia no na ensensanso be na enya wo ka no so
me ka ne de say ka no anope me ko kotoku me take more than 2 hours and sami du kotoku na ekwan eti say na police for abegina ho so mu check road worthy ekwan we ni hin na ye road worthy a omu kasa omu check road worthy na omu chichi yen drivers na omu jiska afi yen che say ekwan we ade a say ye tua road worthy ni road worthy de aduma na
say o pa je say adamu ka no asa pansam
kra apansam hwe ekwan ni nye and I say contractors no on beba ekwan so this month and now on the 6th omu medu ye da be na on beba bedu aye kwan no insure we ye kaze kitwa ntumi mfem enti wo call best amasa wazesi a yes onam ha na akofifa amanfo fie arewe fie bi mu ansa watumi akodu amasama wo banso at the same thing hwe car we a ekoi seka kitwa ntumi mfem pick up mpo na ayesa enti yesre aban no se nia owo yema ekwan ni nyira no nye hanko di ogana omunhwe na omuye kwan no ma yen drivers say the fuel tax asanto fuel so yen drivers nkwa na etua saska no enti ye pa omcho omuye bibi embuaye
What is saying?
Me dey the Hansen Adrako.
Hansen Adrako. Okay, that's it. Also, there are found.
Your friend James.
I don't know what is saying.
Your friend James, aka Asamoah. Kakra mi waka efa kwanu wo se. Hwe kwana quantity. Wo fa mu anye yi. Pass su boy di uto pass na wo fa kwan we su 2-3 days per na say so san ko to bio. Moreover no so sa nyema nyina ye kan se na mi papa kan no. Wo matu petrol so ye lorry fe no susu o ma te so e na cars no say ya na say ukọ baako mi ba debi na kwa na say hwe kwa kakra kaya mo asen na mi akora te se mi sei metumi asidan musi kwa no be fa so mo be bubu mi dan egu ho enu nyina achi no woke mu di bua o man no ama no so ye hu hwe sise ka mi ya de yeduma kakra ka no so enu so mi hu anu eda na mu bubu eso me hu mama mi hwe so amfa ho na kwa no se djuma me so meye ametumi nya kakra de ahwe mi yire mi ma no so kwa no so na yesi wo be djuma na yesi hwe mi papa o twa video hwe pabo o hye ansa na otumi nam kwa no so boni be ne ya ye enti ne ye kan se esra ban se ye nidi mu a ombuaye no ye kwan ma se na be ya esu ye be kwa aba na enye bi e de ahwe yire ene ye ma no
e da se e fa on chat also e
Pacho ye frame Williams ejebuodi me pacho de ya ka de ache aban se de anidie ne obuomu a ye pada cho bebre de asia ni de atwam bia no fa nche na kwan no omna mehwe no anya maye because okwan ya ye nam so was settled na se kumasko free ama samari kokko pem inso na kwa ne nye kura so obi yale kura ata wo obi no ka je panu kwa chelsea di kwa fa ne ko ko so kwa ne nye ka do ka so di kwa nipa no ka ba ko se wo kwa mu se tia mi ja ho ni ka se kwa ko abuso ka kwa koto spare parts nje sra ba no bo ni ani die mu a wo hu ye mobo na kwa na sa inso mutu ama sama kwa ne die di nyame anim ni o bra betwe no nya maye pa ke frame Williams ejebuodi
So, Nana, you've heard of all of them. Basically, what they are saying is that, well, the government should heed to their cause. The government should fix the roads. If there are funds that are supposed to be allocated for the construction of the road, it should be now, because we've not even
entered into the roads the rainy season. Then I'll come for
Master, me cry my question. My main road here. My son question my kofa. My papa ni. I only this womb. Hey, I say mo. On my papa only this womb ni. Madam Asmunya Juma. Master, nya papa sa. You from Yadanchi. Yadanchi.
He's also saying this, asking that the road should be fixed. So whoever is paying attention should do the needful, because even if look at the vehicle going and even smoking, because it can't go through this huge lake. Let me put it that way. This is a man-made lake, and it's so obvious that people are bearing the brunt here. Imagine you stay all the way around, say Hebron, or you stay at Sawam, and you would have to ply your trade at Accra Central. How do you come to work every morning? How do you go home every evening? And even the amount of money you are spending on your vehicle. I'm sure we may be monitoring events at the various places, that is the Central Business District, the CBD, and find out from motorists how they get home after they ply their trade in town, because this is an eyesore. This is huge. This is a problem that has to be addressed. If an amount of 400 million Ghana cedis has been allocated to the contractors, maybe the contractors would have to come back on site. But if the money isn't in the account yet, then whoever is holding the money should get the work done, should put the money on for the road to be constructed, because this is a very huge construction, like I indicated initially. This is a 33.4 kilometer stretch coming all the way from Ofankor to Insawam, and it has a number of communities along it. So stating some of the communities of Ofankor, Pokwase, then you move to Fise. Before you move to Amasaman, you come to Thomas Sapeban, then you come to that is lighthouse, satellites thereabout, or before that even Kuntunse, then you come to Hebron, then you move to Insawam, Macedonia, and all that are all on this stretch. And a number of people have moved to this place to reside. This, we say, is the gateway to Accra, because if you're coming from the Ashanti region, you are definitely going to use this route, which is the shortest, or you would have to go through Ebri, which is very, it's a longer stretch. So, Nana, this is the problem we are having on the ground. So we're hoping to speak to the assembly members in this area. As of now, I'm sure that they are even stuck in traffic. And maybe we want to engage the municipal chief executive, the member of parliament of this area, and maybe the contractors who are supposed to fix this road, Nana.
Very well. Now, is this an all-day, all-year phenomenon, or do we have peak times where the traffic builds up? Are you able to give us an idea where it gets very intense?
Nana, it's so obvious that the traffic situation doesn't come to an end. It's from like morning to evening, because as we speak here, if the cameraman can pan to the other side of the road, you can see huge vehicles at that side, and they are stuck in traffic. Right. So as we speak now, it's just 10 a.m. and looking at the fact that it will go through 11, it will go through 11, and it will go through 12, then 1, then 2, 3, because mind you, around 3 to 4 o'clock is when people will now move from their various offices and be setting off to their homes. Right. So by 3:30, 4 p.m., there should be gridlock on the stretch again. And it's very difficult that you would see these things on the stretch, and it's just an eyesore, and it's just difficult for people to move on the stretch every now and then. Then I have a number of the assembly members on who also supervise this area or find the road in their electoral area, and it's a big problem. Let me speak to some of them and find out from them what they've also been making of the situation. Assembly level, what they've been told by the various authorities,
right.
i.e.
Philip, kindly reposition yourself. We seem to be having some challenges with the sound. So kindly reposition yourself. Hello, Philip.
Can you?
Yes, this is much better. Kindly go ahead.
Okay. So, as I was saying, we would engage some of the assembly members and find out from them what they've been told from the assembly level and whether there are arrangements for the fixing of the road immediately by the authorities. We have here the assembly member for Kuntunse electoral area and also the assembly member for Sapema. But first, let's engage the assembly member for Kuntunse electoral area. What's your name?
I'm Honorable Ruth Amevade.
Okay. So, looking at the nature of the road, the Kuntunse side, you are overseeing it. What have you been told at the assembly level, or what have you been told concerning the construction of the road and how deployable it is now?
All right, thank you. For now, nothing is going on. When we asked them, they said for now, the work is on hold. So you can see when we're coming, there's no single worker on the road. There's no machine on the road. So for now, they are not working on the road. Everything's on hold now, for now.
Have you checked with the contractors? Have you checked with the government level to see what really the problem is for which the project has stalled?
We have spoken with the consultant, and then they always said there is a pending issue they need to solve. So for now, they will start work very soon. That's what he always say to us, very soon. But soon is soon. We are still here in the muddy, in the swimming pool on the road. And the swimming way where you have to pass going work is difficult. Drivers are not using the road because of the muddy nature of the road, and then motorists are all suffering. So it's a whole lot of problem we are facing here.
And looking at the nature of the road right now, joining me is the assembly member for Sapeman. Looking at the road right now, what will you have to say about it as the overseer of this electoral area?
My brother, thank you very much. Just one word, terrible. In fact, beyond terrible. Now, residents in our communities are saying they can't use their private cars. Now, they will have to force themselves to walk long distances just to make sure they get to their homes or to get to a better place and pick a car and go. In fact, it is way terrible. As you can see now, I virtually have to wear Wellington boots every day just to come on the road and see what is happening. Sometimes I have to use my pickup to transport people all the way to Amasaman so that they can get vehicles to go. It's terrible.
Has this issue come to the attention or has it come to the table at an assembly level every time you have meetings? What has been the conversations around this?
Yeah, so we have gone to the assembly to talk to the chief executive about it. The chief executive has also led 3 of us, myself, the assembly member for Kutunse, and that of Media, to the Maripoma site so that we have a site meeting with them. In fact, he even brought in the chief executive from Nsawama Duejiri and Ganoth. And we all had a stakeholder meeting, and they assured us that they were going to at least make it more trouble. But my brother, there is nothing like more trouble on the road anymore. Some are virtually manholes. So almost every time you have to see traffic on the road, which is not supposed to be the case. So actually we are pleading, Maripoma. In fact, 2 days I saw that they had released some funds for them. They should come and make the road more trouble. We know it is raining, but they should do something about it. Our people are suffering. Our people are suffering too much.
Did they give you any timeline whether they are starting the next month or next 2 months, next week or tomorrow?
Unfortunately, they didn't give us any timeline. They just told us after our meeting they were going to try and make sure the road is more trouble. And they did to some extent. But we are saying that it shouldn't just be a day show. Don't let the people feel that, oh, if you do it today, then the rest of the days we'll have to suffer for it. So please, as a matter of urgency, they should come to the road and come and do something about it for us.
Okay, so Nana, you and Chris, you've heard it from the 2 assembly members stating their point categorically that though it's come up at assembly meetings, what they are being told is something will be done about it. As to when whatever will be done about it, they do not know. And what they are also asking that the contractor, that is Maripoma Enterprise Limited, should do the needful if really the funds have been allocated to this construction firm. And also, if the government has to make some allocation, it should be immediate because, as you can see on the stretch, is a daunting task. Driving on the stretch, moving up and going to work and coming back, and even traveling on the stretch It's nothing to write home about. So now there's a situation on the Ofankor Islam Highway, looking at the condition from the Amasaman side to Insawam, which is in a very deplorable state. And we are bringing you this live on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. I am Philip Nilate.
All right.
Right. Thank you so much, Philip, coming to us there from the Insawam stretch and bringing us up to speed regarding the situation. I mean, we saw the videos on social media. We were worried, and if we here in the comfort of our studios are worried, then you can imagine the level of frustration of the commuters and passengers, the road users on that particular stretch. Listen, the rains we've seen in the past 2-3 days have not been that heavy. Imagine 2-3 hours of rains. The entire stretch will be cut off. If you take the risk and drive through it, your car will be stuck. I mean, there's no argument here. Because even the tipper trucks are struggling to maneuver through that, what we call one city, one village that we're seeing. You get it? And it's a difficult situation for everyone. And we hope and beg. We are pleading with the authorities that the 400 that they said will be released to settle arrears of contractors or to offset some of the debt of the contractors. Same should be extended to the contractors of this particular project. This, I believe, is the Maripoma people.
Yeah.
I think the minister should be able to rally them to move back to site and at least make portions of the road motorable, reduce the travel time on the stretch, reduce the stress users have to go through, make it motorable. That's at least within the wait period. Okay, and I say wait period because I know not the entire debt will be cleared at a go.
Exactly.
But within the wait period, that the debt will be cleared for the contractors to move back to site and complete the project. At least some portions of the road should be made motorable so that people can go through, travel to work and back home, travel to other distances and back home sane. Because Charlie, if I have depression, I'm traveling on this road, it's a trigger.
Yeah. It actually trigger more.
Yeah, it's serious. And you see, we might not consider the health implications, which also have economic implications. Because if I am not healthy, I would need to spend money to regain my health.
And I can't feed my family.
I can't feed my family.
Anyway, we actually have a message here, a very interesting one. Please give us a break. What you're bleating about this morning regarding the Insawam road has persisted for the last 4 years.
Okay.
Your advocacy for the road to be fixed is laudable, but spare us the pious noise making. I find this.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. No, but I just want to say, like, it's actually common sense to know that this is common sense. Like, everybody that has common sense knows that it's not about politics this time around.
I don't know why people want to make it politics.
Like, if it everybody using that road's blood is red. All right? Nobody cares about any political party at this moment. These are real life issues that we are talking about. These are real people situations that we are talking about. This thing is affecting everybody and not just a particular political party. So all these issues, all these partisan politics and, trying to shut us down because you believe in some particular party is actually very, very ignorant, and I think you people can do better. And a very big thank you to each and everyone that is still standing with us and understands what we are doing with this program.
No, wait, this person thinks that we woke up today and decided to do this advocacy.
Yeah.
Like we've not been doing it over the period, irrespective of which party is in power.
Exactly.
Like, grow up, okay? Be Ghanaian for once. Grow up. Be Ghanaian for once. We keep saying this. When we sit here to do this, it's not just about us. I do not live anywhere close to that stretch, and I might not use that stretch for a period of about 10 years. But you are Ghanaian. Ghanaians are suffering on that stretch. And so when we speak for other Ghanaians, you should be supporting us.
Exactly.
Take off your political lenses for once. If your trouser is torn yesterday, does it mean that tomorrow you wear it as torn as it is and go to wherever it is that you're going?
And it keeps getting torn.
And it keeps getting torn. You leave it in that state till your butt is showing.
Yeah. Maybe they like their butt showing.
What kind of thinking is this?
Well, anyway, This has been it for the community development segment. Now it's time for us to get into something else, but we'll take a break, and then when we come back, we'll probably go lighter. All right.
On the Upside Down Show this week, we present to you the bold, vibrant, and brilliant Anita Esking. Expect nothing short of real talk, raw truths, and revelations. We always need that one opportunity to sprout, and she, like any other, isn't an exception. Ghana made me, she said.
My career started here.
Here in Ghana.
Right. Ghana is my foundation. 150%.
Great.
Home is what built me.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Ghana is what built me. If you see Anita and who Anita is today, it's because Ghana built me. Yeah. 100%.
Thanks to the land.
You know?
Right. So
love you, Canada, but Ghana built me.
And even though she's perceived as a superwoman, she's had to make tough decisions at some point.
I had to take 2 steps back away from my career. And also, and this is what I share with a lot of my friends and my colleagues now, is a wonderful appreciation that in different phases of your life, you are a particular person.
Right.
You don't have to be the same person you were before that.
Exactly.
You have nobody to please.
So, set your reminder and join us at 7 p.m. this Sunday, only on Channel 1 TV.
Congratulations to all top 50 contestants of the Literacy Challenge 2025 Level 2. Level 2 Aptitude Test. The top 50 contestants shall take part in a written aptitude test on Saturday, 9th August 2025 at 12 noon at the British Council, Accra. Stay tuned to City FM and Channel 1 TV to find out which of these 50 contestants make it as the top 10 finalists for the Literacy Challenge 2025 to compete for the grand prize of 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy in a classic quiz competition. The Literacy Challenge 2025 is powered by City FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and sponsored by Bell Moo and GB Assessment.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Breakfast Daily, and right now we are about to have a conversation. And this conversation it's actually from looking at it from CSIR, and it's about their landmark open day on August 12, 2025 at Fumesua under the theme Transforming Agriculture to Feed Ghana, Climate Smart Technologies and Agroecological Solutions. So in the studio with me is Professor Maxwell Darko Asante, who's the director of CSIR Crops Research Institute and also a chief research scientist with Rice Breeder. And then we also have Dr. Kweku Asante, who's a research scientist and principal investigator at ACE4CES. Gentlemen, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So now let's just get straight into it. Tell us a bit about the CSIR Crops Research Institute.
Yes, so the
CSIR Crop Research Institute is one of the institutions of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, which is the CSIR. CSIR has 13 institutions, and our institution, the Crop Research Institute, is the largest of those institutions. So we work on all the food crops in Ghana and some industrial crops. We are very big on developing crop varieties and technologies associated with them. So many of the farmers cultivate technologies, varieties that we have developed. When the farmers tell you about Agricabro and new rice varieties, most of them come from CSIR and also from our unit.
Right, and how is it actually important to develop some of these crops?
So important. When you go to the groceries to pick the food, you don't usually know where it comes from. Yes, but farmers and breeders have worked together to bring out varieties that are more productive, more tastier, more nutritious. So plant breeding is a very important thing in the world, and plant breeders have even received Peace Prize. Because of the work that they have done. So plant breeding is very important, and we don't do it alone. We do it with the farmers.
Well, you do with the farmers.
Yes.
All right. So, Dr. Asante, as a research scientist, what do you think can actually be done to help the farmers, especially when you look at people in the north? There's been situations of the rains are not coming. We don't know what to do. We even talked about it, I think, on Monday, and everyone is going like haywire, not knowing what to do right now.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good morning to the viewers. Yes, so when we are looking at the climate variability and its effects on production, what it presupposes is that we need to have climate smart, approach to our production. So in that sense, we have developed the technologies associated with all the climate smart production systems to ensure that no matter where you are in Ghana or even in Africa, because we are in the tropics and we share common climatic conditions, you can actually find the technologies to go with your production system. So we have instituted agroecology and circular economy for ecosystem services project. And through this project, we have established a multicultural technology park that, depending on the cultural practice, you can have a technology that is climate smart for that production system. Yeah. So when you look at the various principles around agroecology that go with the cultures or the cultural practices, you can look at input reduction. We've seen the scenario on the cases where Ghana has been so dependent on external inputs. During the COVID time, we suffered. During the Russia-Ukraine, we suffered. I don't.
We literally suffer for everything that happens outside.
Yes. So to break that chain, we need to shift now to agroecology, where your inputs are self-generated. You can sustain your production without excessive dependence on external input. So as a principle, we have input reduction as part of the agroecology principles we are promoting at the technology park. We have recycling. We expect that we don't burn biomasses or you do slash and burn to degrade the soil environment. So that way you can conserve if you are able to recycle your biomasses and apply them as different products, mulch, or compost and all that onto the soil. They strengthen the soil health. And soil health is another principle we are advocating at the technology park. And then you could also look at biodiversity conservation, where we have farmers spraying excessive chemicals on the environment. They have a lot severe consequences on the pollinators that usually will transfer the pollen grains from one plant to another. And so to conserve and protect biodiversity, we also call for sustainable production systems. And these are demonstrated at the technology park, where you can find less input production systems to protect the atmosphere, to protect pollinators, and to also protect the crops. And there's concerns also on food safety and all that, which are all protected during the process of, trying to get the principles operationalized.
Right. So let's talk about the brand new multicultural technology park that's going to be coming up. Where is it going to be?
No, it's located at Fumasua in Kumasi. That's where our office is.
Right.
Yes, and that's what Kweku has described. Yeah. So we have a lot of climate smart technologies there that people can come and have a look at and also adopt. So it's actually a park that is open for everybody in West Africa, right?
Yes.
To even come and try your technologies there.
Right.
Yes. So
Right.
it's a
And
very important
who will it benefit? Who would you say you would like to call on to come and visit this place?
Well, so the bigger open day is not just for the multicultural park. We are having a bigger open day to show all our technologies at CSIR. Yeah. So two technology parks will be open. One that is already there has been there for some time, and we are going to show all our technologies: rice varieties, maize varieties, legumes, and many of these ones are climate smart varieties. And then the brand new multicultural park that Kweku talked about. So farmers, researchers, policymakers, students, everybody is invited. As a matter of fact, we have invited the Minister of Agric, the Minister of Science and Technology.
Right. I'm actually really interested in the variety of legumes that you just talked about.
Yes.
So what are some rice varieties that we need to know about, or that we will see there on that day?
Oh yes, so
because
many.
Ghana is a very rice-loving country.
Yes. So so myself, I'm a rice breeder. So so recently, one of our biggest varieties is called CSIR Ejapa.
CSIR Ejapa.
Yes, and the farmers like it. It's a jasmine type. When we say jasmine types, the one we love in Ghana. It cooks soft, long grain, aromatic. Yeah, but the advantage you have is that it's early maturing, because we have had so many challenges with climate variability. Oh yes, it's planted. So our farmers in Dawinya all over Ghana so it matures in 105 days compared to the normal ones that can do 125 to 130.
Right.
So that makes it climate smart, because if the rain stop early, then you are likely to. So not just the rice, we have nutrient dense maize varieties which are improved for vitamin A. And then also recently even we have we developed common beans. That's in Ghana we call cowpeas beans. They are not the actual beans. The common beans are the ones we use for big beans.
Yes.
So we have also recently released one that is very high in iron and zinc.
Right.
And also drought tolerance. So for crops we have many crops and many different varieties that you can come to.
I'm also interested in how are the crops and legumes actually tested? Because you keep saying this has iron, this has zinc, this has vitamin this and that. How are they tested for you to know that?
That's a very good question. So we do that in the lab. Yeah, so we have labs that will test, and they have standards. So they will test, and this one has an elevated standard.
Right.
And these days we even do as much as even going up to the DNA level, because all these traits are controlled by genes.
Yes.
Even the fragrance in rice is controlled by a gene. So the fragrant rice types will have that gene. The one that do not have elevated fragrance will not have that gene.
Yeah.
So we study it even to the DNA level.
And they're all organic.
Oh yes.
Right.
The DNA level is just a marker Just to, so it's like doing a paternity test.
I get it.
To know that is there. Yeah. These are all tested.
Yeah. All right. So, Doc, how will this park actually transform the agriculture demonstration and also when it comes to training?
Yeah. So, in terms of transformation, we are looking at dealing with a number of gaps. The key gaps we expect to have within this technology park setup is to bridge the gap in science and policy. It appears a number of times policymakers can sit, pick inputs for policies and then come up with a policy. But practically, if you visit the technology park, you appreciate some of the principles that should go into agricultural and natural resource management policies. And then for farmers, these technologies are there for them to adopt and to scale.
Yeah.
Because what is not working historically can be solved by just adopting one of the technologies that is meant for the problem you were encountering. And then it's also expected to have that collaborative, international research collaborative, platform where different African researchers can come and then situate their GAG, agriculture, greenhouse gas measuring stuff on our site, because we have the resources to ensure that the measurement is done. Now, the interactions we've had already with the Ministry of Agriculture indicates that even Ghana, to benefit from climate funds that are floating all around, we don't have the emission factors to negotiate and secure some of these funds.
Right.
So with such a technology park, it puts us in a position where we can begin to carry out research works to generate the emission factors that Ghana needs as a country, to also be able to help our farmers to, solve their climate problems.
All right. So this will be this park is actually open to the public from when?
August 12th. Yes. August 12th is a big opening.
Right.
But we are open till the end of August. So you can come in at any time. But we appreciate that you come in groups.
Okay.
So if it's more far, organize yourselves and come. But we are having a big opening.
Right.
We are expecting about four ministers on that day.
Okay.
Yes, and then I would like to say a little bit about Feed Ghana.
Okay.
Okay, you know that is the policy that is driving this. So Feed Ghana mainly talks about institutional farming and also climate smart farming. Yeah. So we have all the technologies there to help Feed Ghana in terms of the varieties, the seed, the agronomy packages and all that, and also institutions can visit us to see the demos. We can follow up and even give them technical backstopping. So it's also a way to help Feed Ghana.
Right.
We show that the technologies and what we can do to contribute to Feed Ghana.
All right. Thank you so much. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the Multicultural Technology Park will actually be open from August the 12th to the 31st. August 12th is actually the grand opening. So if you want to visit, you can actually go there and visit. Like you said, you can actually come in groups. That will make it easier for you to enjoy a tour around and understand what's going on. And so it's also a great opportunity for the youth farmers and anyone who wants to get into the agri-business sector. Anyway, we've been speaking to Prof. Maxwell Darko Asante, who's the director of CSIR Crops Research Institute and also a chief research scientist with Rice Breather, and Dr. Kweku Asante, too, a research scientist and a principal investigator at ACE for CES. It was nice talking to you, gentlemen. I really enjoyed this conversation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick break and we will be right back with more.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komite Kome, and this is powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Let's get into our first highlight. Now, Ghana's Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, has confirmed it seized a Lamborghini Euros from musician Shatta Wale's residence in June 2025, following a request by the US FBI and Department of Justice. The luxury car is linked to a US-based financial criminal, Nana Kwabena Amoah, now jailed. EOCO stated that Shatta Wale cooperated during the operation and had requested privacy due to brand concerns. Both Shatta Wale and former National Security Officer are now persons of interest. A mutual legal assistance agreement (MLA) is expected for the car's transfer to the US.
Now, you change the whole matter, make it go look like right now because you know if you use a Dubois and get the car, no. Right now, be from some Nanamoa. Remote, I can't tell me from house. The team where they say you come out, can't tell me about any Nanamoa. Don't lie to the people. We are tired. Don't lie to the people. I beg you, Charlie. I beg you, Charlie. This thing, you see this people do? You touch my ass. And Mama forget this matter.
Now to our next highlight. The 1 week observance for High Life icon Daddy Lumba, born Charles Kojo Fosu, will take place on Saturday, August 30, 2025. The date was agreed upon following a meeting between the Kuona royal family of Nsuta and the Asantehene, Otumfo Osei Tutu II. The venue is yet to be confirmed, as a native of Nsuta Amangwa say that Lumba's death has drawn widespread mourning and the upcoming rites aim to honor his lasting legacy in Ghanaian music.
You say BBI, local and international, IFFF. Now what you die and you share 30th August. Na venue no na akoye bibi o tese ye de bebre wo mo.
Reports that Nana Agraada's Heavenway Church is set for closure or demolition have been debunked by lawyer Richard Asaribafo. He confirmed that Yoko did invite Agraada for questioning, but clarified it was unrelated to the church. Instead, it involved a complaint by a former staff member. The lawyer called the closure rumors fake news and said no legal action is pending against the church itself.
Our attention has been drawn to a social media publication that Mama Pat's church is about to be closed down. That story is completely false and it should be ignored. It has no merit. There is nothing as such, and we entreat the general public to completely disregard that story.
Now to our next highlight. Ghanaian media personality Ohinini Adazoa has denied rumors of pregnancy following her emotional interview on The Delay Show. In a chat with Smart Ghana TV, the Sompa Nkomo host clarified that while she has undergone 6 unsuccessful IVF treatments, she is not currently pregnant and would never hide such news if it were true. She remains hopeful in her journey towards motherhood.
21 years journey, 6 IVFs. Temawa na me de me be kosi never kame po mama nyame adi me ho nyame adi me ho ya enti wo baaye no me na mutumi
na so pregnancies
fellowship for me.
Now to our next highlight. ShopRite Holdings, Africa's top grocery retailer, is exiting Ghana and Malawi as part of its strategy to scale back operations outside South Africa. The company cited economic challenges like currency volatility and inflation as key reasons for the pullout. It has already left markets such as Nigeria and Kenya. ShopRite is selling 7 stores and a warehouse in Ghana, 5 stores in Malawi. Despite these exits, it forecasts up to 19.4% growth in headline earnings from continuing operations for the fiscal year ending June 29, 2025. Now let's check out Channel 1 TV.
This is the Channel 1 Countdown. Number 9.
Alrighty, so yeah, those were the entertainment highlights, what's happening in the world of entertainment. If you want more of that, go to GhanaWeekend.com, Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube, and follow Ghana Weekend on all socials, that's Instagram, X, and Facebook as well. And you can get all the highlights, all the spotlights, all the trends, the 411, and all the info that you need in the world of entertainment. Now, we're about to go into a personality interview, okay? We're about to speak to a gentleman who's been doing amazingly well, teaching the word of God and, of course, reaching out to the masses and winning souls for the kingdom. He's also in the kingdom business and seeing to the growth of the church. This morning, we're speaking to Pastor Robert Osei Bonsu, an accomplished Seventh-day Adventist leader, a theologian and educator with over 30 years of experience in pastoral ministry and academic leadership. He's joining us via Zoom all the way from the Bronx in the United States of America. Hello, Pastor. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir.
It's good to have you. I'm not sure what time it is there, so pardon me greeting morning. It's probably dawn, isn't it?
It is still morning.
It's still morning. Great. You've done this work for over 30 years, pastoral ministry. Walk us through the journey. Where did it start from and how has it been for you?
Yeah, thank you very much. I started my pastoral training at Valley View University. Those days it was called Adventist, Valley View College.
Right.
So 1990, I went there, I studied there for about 2 years, went to continue. And so I started pastoral ministry 1994 as a district pastor, move on. Later went to the office as a youth director after 4 years. And after another 4 years, I was called to teach at Valley View. That time, Valley View University, 2002. I stayed there until 2018 that I left to go to the UK to do pastoral ministry there. And then later went back to academic to Kenya to serve at one of our universities belonging to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. It is called Adventist University of Africa. It takes care of graduate theological education within Africa. So I was the seminary dean. Later, 2022, I was called to serve as the president of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in West and Central Africa, which covers 22 countries. Our headquarters is based in Abidjan.
Wow.
So that is where I have been serving until June. July this year, when I was called to serve at the world headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist Church as a general vice president. I think I'll pause here.
Very well. But the world headquarters is what we refer to as a general conference, is it?
Yes, the headquarters of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, we call it General Conference of Seventh-day Adventist Church, based in Maryland, here in the USA.
All right. So did you always know that you actually wanted to serve?
Yes, as a child, as for ministry, I never thought of becoming a pastor. It was not part of my plans, but I don't know what my mom saw in me when she told me to go and study and become a pastor. I resisted at first, but here I find myself and I've never regretted. Yeah, thank you.
Very well. So let's look at the church. Give us a brief background and if you can give us an idea of the number of branches that you do have.
Yeah, thank you very much. As I indicated, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is a worldwide movement. We started since around 1844, but organized 1863. Currently, we have a membership of 23 million worldwide. The congregations, we have over 153,000 congregations around the world. Various educational institutions. In fact, the whole world, we are the second when it comes to institutions affiliated with churches. We have over 7,700 schools worldwide with over 1.8 million students. Hospitals, we have a lot of hospitals around the world. That is also another area. And when it comes to health, we are very keen, especially we promote healthy living, lifestyle that are very important, promoting vegetarianism and all those stuff. If you look at the US, for instance, they have conducted some research in the places they call Blue Zone. And the studies have shown that the Seventh-day Adventist church members living there, they live longer than any other places, So those are some of the things I can say about the church. Thank you, sir.
As the General Vice President, I suspect you'll be traveling a lot. Share with us this journey. How much of traveling do you do in a year, and what's the experience like?
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, traveling is the main work you do because we assist the leader, or there are about three main key officers of the church. We have the president, the executive secretary, and then the finance officer. So wherever the president is not able to go, we have 7 general vice presidents, 7 the whole world. So you move around all the time. That is what we normally do. Besides chairing various committees at the headquarters, overseeing different departments at the headquarters, we travel around the world to ensure that everything is in harmony, things are going according to our plans, our policies, and what is expected of us as a church.
Right. You must be doing a lot and also traveling a lot. And I must say that there's actually a lot on your shoulder. But what do you do to distress? What do you do for fun? What do you do to relax?
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, normally I love walking. Every day I try my best to walk because my work, you have to sit a lot because we are always chairing meetings. So because of that, I do my best to walk every morning. Family life is also important. I love music. I love reading the Word of God. I spend time studying the Word of God. But at least when it comes to distressing, walking is my best option.
Right. And what is family life like? How many kids do you have? What's the setting like? And how do they support you?
Yeah, thank you very much. We are blessed with 3 children, 2 girls and a boy. Well, currently my first daughter is about 28 years and she is okay. The 2 others are in university now. One is going to 4th year. The other one is going to 2nd year. It's been a challenge concerning my work and family. In fact, the children have been in the U.S., staying in the U.S. and studying. So once in a while we meet, but I've been with my wife, Margaret. We have been moving up and down to different places. We thank God for the family and we thank God for everything.
Right. Yeah. Doc, sometimes I don't know. I'm torn between calling you Doc or Pastor, but we'll do either one. Right. What's the plan for the rest of the year? Do we have a scheduled event? And walk us through it, the theme for this event and the dates as well.
Well, thank you very much. The theme that we used this year for our general conference was Christ is coming. Get involved. Get involved. That is what we are calling every member to get involved. Normally for the 5 years, our theme is I will go. Each of us responding to the call of God to go into the world to make disciples of all nations. So we are inviting all our church members to set out to go and do business for the Lord. For now, we have what we call our annual council. Annual council normally will take place between September and October, where the whole world, our leaders, we have divided it into different divisions, about 13 divisions, where I said, for instance, West and Central Africa, our headquarters is in Abidjan. They will join us at the headquarters where we will hold meetings and plan for the coming year. After that meeting, they will also go and replicate the same in their various divisions. And we, as general vice presidents, we have to travel to these meetings at the various division headquarters around the world. We have to travel to join them, to help explain matters, decisions that were voted. So those are some of the work we have to do until the end of the year. At the same time, in between, you have different appointments, different invitations coming from all over the world. Those you are able to accept, you accept, and then you go there to join them, sometimes preaching, conducting evangelism, family life, ministry, youth activities, all of them, depending on what you are able to do. For the invitations, they come often, but you have to be sure that you can fulfill all of them. Thank you very much.
Right. So what's the lineup? Following the conference, do we have a lineup of activities, say continent-wise, country-wise? What's the rest of the year looking like?
Yeah, so the rest of the year, currently, in fact, I was supposed to be on leave, but because of the new appointment, I am hoping to be back in Abidjan, God willing, next week to hand over formally to the new president and the team there to hand over next week. Hopefully, I will also be attending Valley View University graduation. Hoping to be there because I serve also as the chancellor of Valley View University because of my office at Abidjan. I serve as the chancellor of Valley View University, so I'll be there for the graduation. This will be the last one, serving as a chancellor, and then from there return to the US at the end of September, where we have to go through orientation to at least equip us with the necessary skills for the work ahead of us. Immediately after that, then we will enter into the annual council meetings where we plan for the coming year and what we are going to do.
All right, so how long did you stay in Abidjan?
I was there for about 3 years, interestingly.
3 years.
Yes, I was appointed June 2022. I came there, so I was there for 3 years.
Right. Did that stir up your French?
Un peu.
Un peu. Tu parles un peu. Okay.
Very well.
And did you also develop the habit of eating at Chake?
I tried it, because of the nature of the work, you don't stay there much.
Right.
For a whole month, maybe you'll be spending about 3 weeks outside Abidjan. So you are always on the move. That is how,
Right. Pastor, before we let you go, what's the final message for the church and, of course, the world at large?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity you gave me, at least to be interviewed. This is the first interview I'm having in Ghana, and I'm very grateful.
Wow.
I want to thank God for the opportunity He has given me to serve. I never thought this would come my way. As a young pastor, as a teacher, I thought that was all. But here I find myself being called to serve at the world headquarters, and I want to thank God. I want to also thank all the people who have mentored me one way or the other, assisted in various ways to make it possible for me to reach where, by God's grace, I am now. For the church, we are called to do mission. We are called to bring hope to everyone we come in contact with. We need to bring hope, joy, satisfaction to people, improvement in people's life, improve the quality of life. Through our teachings, through our lifestyle, we need to influence society positively. We need to do our best. As I said, we don't just preach the word of God. Seventh-day Adventist Church, we are known for our educational institution, healthcare institutions, our humanitarian services, what we call ADRA, Adventist Development and Relief Agency, which is also, we have an office in Ghana. So we do everything. It is integrated. It is not just preaching the word. we do everything by God's grace to improve the quality of life of our members and society. So to our members, we want to thank you for your love, your support. Keep on praying for us and let us do our best, because our calling is to do mission for the Lord, improve the quality of life. And to Ghana, I also want to say we thank God that by his grace, somebody from Ghana can be called to the world stage to also serve. We have had somebody from Ghana previously, about 25 years ago, who went there, who served in various capacities, Pastor M.A. Bediakon, and today I have also been called to serve. We want to thank God for this opportunity. Keep us in your prayers so that we will be able to lift the flag of Ghana higher wherever we find ourselves.
All
Thank you
right.
very
Thank you so much, Pastor Robert Osebo. It was good talking to you, and we wish you well. We wish the
Good
church
luck.
well as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Quite an accomplished man at such a young age.
I know.
Anyways, it's been an interesting show today, Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Earlier we heard from Philip Nilate from the Pokwase Amasaman Sanwem of Fanko Road.
Yes, and my name is Chris Carter.
You are Chris Carter.
Oh, yes.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, so we need to cross over to Parliament now. The majority in the House is currently addressing the press on some important matters of national interest.
To the buyer is 1,383 cedis 75 pesos. This is where I want us to leave more